is Trojan football. On your new home for Trojan athletics, GIrard Sports Live. GIrard Sports Live is presented by Crocan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of GIrard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, GIrard National Bank, G&W Foods Family Super, Hydrix TV and Appliance, Canar Eye Care, Lehman Realty, Larrett Ceramics, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges GIrard, Mini Stop, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living. Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
And good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final week of the regular season here, week 9 of this 2017 high school football season. The GIrard Trojans welcoming in the Iola Mustangs. It cannot believe it that it is the final week of the regular season. BJ Harris along with you, alongside Zach Adams and Brandon Merriam, and as we get ready to bring you this district game that is a winner kind of take-all situation. The winner gets to move on to the playoffs next week. The loser will get ready to lace up their shoes. In the case of Iola, they'll put on some singlets and get ready to go into either basketball or wrestling season. The GIrard Trojans coming to this ball game at 3-5 on the year. Not the season they would have wanted this year, but it's the one they have. And lucky for them, they still got an opportunity here to perhaps make it to the playoffs. 2-4 in CNC play and 1-1 in district competition. That second one is the result of a 44-28 loss to Burlington last week, a game where the Trojans just couldn't stop the big plays, Zach, in that competition, and namely, they couldn't stop Connor Jeffers. He had himself a ball game.
Wow, he had himself a ball game. You know, Jeffers had 22 carries, 326 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was more than all of the combined offense of the GIrard team for the entire game.
Yeah, he was a factor, and it was your key to the game. You got to stop him. Trojans couldn't, and guess what? If you can't do the one key of the game, you're going to have a hard time winning a ball game, and that's exactly what happened. Trojans gave up scoring plays in that game, a 57 yards, 60 yards, 78 yard scoring play, a 34-yard scoring play, and a 69-yard scoring play. And so the Trojans just got to stop that big play tonight, and they should have a good chance against the Iola Mustangs, who come into this ball game at 3-5, 2-4 in their Pioneer League season, and 1-1 in district play. They had a win last week, 33-12, over the Anderson County team. So a team in Anderson County who gave the Trojans all they could handle in this ball game, in their ball game, but Iola have no problem with them. 33-12 winners. They did open up district competition with a 50-14 loss to Burlington in week 1. And the other 2 wins this year for Iola, a win at Parsons, 28-25. Parsons, a team that's only 1-7 on the year, but that one win was last week in district play. Parsons is 1-7 and has a chance to make the playoffs tonight. Now, they would have to beat Columbus, which would be very unlikely.
You know, Parsons has been throwing down some points. They just haven't been able to stop anybody from scoring any.
It's senior day to here. They're recognizing the seniors walking across here. The other win for Iola was against Osawatomie, a team that struggled, 43-19. And so they already have one win over the Trojans. That was the Osawatomie Trojans. Hopefully they don't have another one. Of course, this is a rematch of what ended up being kind of a district championship matchup a year ago, as the Trojans beat Iola last year 38-25 in a stunner that gave the Trojans the district championship and gave them a home game that eventually became a game against Columbus that many people gave them no chance, and was probably the biggest upstate in the state of Kansas that night as they got a win and moved on to the second round to take on Topeka Hayden. So it's this time of the year, Zach, when you're in the playoff mode, and that's exactly what this is, that anything can happen.
Yeah, nothing else matters except for this game tonight. That's all they got to worry about, and hope they can get it done.
There's a lot of those games going on throughout Southeast Kansas tomorrow night. Of course, we're the only game here, I think. Maybe Colgan might be playing tonight as well. They had to move their game up because Pittsburgh High is hosting a game at Hutchinson Field tomorrow, and so Colgan moved their final district game to Thursday, and that is taking up place today as well. So one of the premier games in the area because it's one of the only games in the area here between the Trojans and the Iola, so hopefully have an opportunity to get some good listeners and some good crowd here tonight. The Trojans and Iola in a winner-take-all matchup tonight on GIrard Sports Live. Still plenty to go. We'll walk you around the area, tell you what's happening tonight and tomorrow night in Southeast Kansas high school football. We're also going to get you your starting lineup. Zach will have your keys to the game and kickoff. But coming up next, we're going to hear from the head football coach of the GIrard Trojans, Neil Philpott, here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Coach's interviews, just so you know, are brought to you by Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Coach has been getting the team tuned up, so why not get your car tuned up at Brumback Service Center, offering oil changes, new tires, alignments, muffler repair, and even country clipper mowers. Stop by and see the crew at Brumback Service Center or call 620-724-6770. And, of course, you should know it is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own GIrard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, of course, Trojan Football on GIrard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crocan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. Up next, the head football coach of the GIrard Trojans, Neil Philpott, on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own GIrard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure Checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crocan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crocan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in Southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today at 620-724-4558.
GIrard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on GIrard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for the GIrard Trojans taking on the Iola Mustangs. Talking to the head football coach of the GIrard Trojans, Neil Philpott. And, Coach, boy, a tough loss last week, one where I thought your kids showed a ton of resiliency. And we'll kind of break that game up into a couple of parts. The first part is where they fall behind early in that ball game, 14-0.
And at that point, kind of the way it happened too, you thought, oh boy, we might be in for it. But your kids came back, showed a ton of heart to come back in that ball game. And at one point, the only lead of the ball game you had, though, but it was a 15-14 ball game. Just talk about that comeback and what you guys were able to do to get up and make that a ball game again.
Yeah, I think if you look at it in a little bit of phases there, it's if you can look at the season as a long all the way through it, that's something maybe we wouldn't have done a few weeks back. And so you look at it as, we are making some improvements here. Our kids are learning how to fight a little bit and understand that we're not out of it. And it wasn't, it was a couple big plays that they got, and that was it. And we sustained drives and went down and did what we needed to do and got right back in it and, took the lead momentarily. They went back down the next drive and scored, but made them earn it a little bit. And then, so you're feeling, you just sitting there first quarter, you're like, oh, this could be a long one. And then, we kind of chip back in it. Next thing you know, we got the lead. And then, you got to feel pretty good about it. And then going into halftime, we had given up another one, and we were down 2 scores again. And at halftime, I told them, hey, look, we're down 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. We came back and took the lead. So why not now? So, you're looking forward to those things, and kids can learn from that and see that. And, it'd been nice to keep the lead, but, I think we're making strides in the right direction because I think 3 or 4 weeks ago that might not have been the case.
Yeah, it really was. It was a matter of a couple of plays, and really that was the theme throughout most of the ball game. I mean, it really felt like your defense would do their job, and then a big play. And a lot of that was Colton Jeffers and number 10. He was a really good player and just had a stellar night against you, and just sometimes that does happen. But in that ball game, talk about sometimes it happens and sometimes the kid's really good, but that offense is a tough one. And it's tough to practice, and it's tough to know for. So talk about some of the challenges that preparing for that type of offense brings.
Yeah, it's tough to rep in practice because it's geared such around a physical, physical style of to really get the full effect of it. You need some bigger bodies getting in there and giving your ones a true look at what it's like because we had people there and kind of fit up in the mix, and then just they kind of we can't get to the ball carrier and he kind of slips through us and it's hard to replicate. There's a lot of misdirection with it as well, and so when you get guys that are physical and can run it, it's a lot different than what you get in scout look.
And then late in that ball game, obviously they had pulled off of you a little bit and had kind of set back and allowed some things to happen underneath. But your passing game has not been the highlight of the season at times this year. Over the last 2 weeks, however, there's been a couple of times it looked really bright. Do you feel like that last drive in that ball game, were you able to go down and get some points on the board? And it was kind of, the game was pretty well in hand for Burlington at that point, but able to execute your passing game when you needed to 2 weeks ago against Anderson County, and then late in the ball game against Burlington gives you the confidence you'll need here down the stretch of this season?
Yeah, John, you're right. I mean, they were kind of giving us some stuff, there at the end, and but for us to go out and throw and catch and our quarterback Kyler to kind of see where she's going with the ball at times and deliver some nice balls and our guys to catch it, that's a good step and it does give you a little bit of confidence but even throughout the course of the game there, our second to last drive where we went down and scored, we made some big fourth down conversions with some big catches and Josiah Thomason, he had a nice game catching the ball, and he struggled in that area a little bit. We were able to give him the ball and some hand sweep stuff earlier and get him kind of in the mix of things and maybe settle down a little bit. And he made some nice plays. And, you hope you go out and you can do that from the word go and mix it up a little bit and be a little bit more balanced and cause some problems for some people because, something like that, the kids can see, hey, we can do this. We just got to go do it every time. And hopefully that's something they can see and learn from that. That's not what we pointed out to them.
No, you don't have to worry about it because this will be airing right before the game starts. But my guess is Josiah's probably going to get some handoffs on that hand sweep early in the ball game again because it built his confidence up and really made for his best ball game. He was our player of the game, hands down in that game, and just really rose up and did a nice job.
Yeah, there's some.
You think you got some ideas for
we got a couple things. It's not gonna. I mean. There's only so much you can do on that set with him, but if it works, we'll get him a touch early, and hopefully that calms him down a little bit. And, he ran it well, and there's some things that he just hadn't repped that even enough. And there's missed some cuts on some of that stuff, but just getting the ball in his hand and getting that first one out of the way is kind of helps some guys kind of get their engine started a little bit. So and feel good, and if that's what it takes for him, then we'll do it.
Coach, I've been a part of some teams that was win and you keep going, and losing and you don't. And I know you've been a part of some big time teams where it's win and you keep going, and that's a different mentality you got to bring to work on Monday, or for you guys on Sunday. What was the mentality in practice this week, and how was that kind of do or die attitude?
It was pretty good. I thought we got started Sunday night a little bit with some stuff, and then big work down Monday and Tuesday, and I think we handled it pretty well as far as what we were talking about doing, install and the stuff here and there, and week to week stuff, and attitude was good. Kids bounce around, good energy, and understand I think what we control our own fate here, and hopefully we can go out and carry that in the game a little bit and get a win here and extend this season a little bit.
All right, Iola Mustangs, you've had a chance a week now to prepare for them. What do you know of them? What do you expect out of this ball game?
Well, they're going to be similar but different to Burlington. They're run heavy. They're not going to be able to line up and throw a whole lot. They've got a couple things in there, some play action stuff and some sprint out, but they're going to line up and try to cram some ISO at you and some outside dive and do some things there that if they do pretty well, and if you allow them to get started and to do that, they can make it for a long evening. I think opening against Anderson County, they went on a 17-play drive for a touchdown. So you let them get started like that, it's going to be a long night. And so we gotta be able to be physical, stay low at the line of scrimmage, and read our assignments and tackle the ball carrier a little bit better than we did last week. And, kind of what you've been saying all year, this is the same old stuff, but it really comes down to, hey, this is what it's going to take, or we're going home. So, offensively, defensively, for them speaking, they're 4-4, which seems like every week that's basically what we're seeing. So our guys should be somewhat familiar with it and comfortable with it. They're physical up front on their D-line. I think they're going to give us a couple things that we can take advantage of if we can execute, and hopefully, we come out and at a high level, and we'll kind of maybe pick up where we left off on Friday on the offensive side, because I think that was our best offensive performance up to date.
Yeah. Defensively, though, not a lot of great starts here in district play. Anderson County scored on the third play from scrimmage. Burlington scored on the second play from scrimmage. Is there anything you might think about doing, either in pregame or just kind of getting ready to be ready early on? Because it just seems it's been slow starts. You guys have bounced back both times, but kind of some slow starts. How do you overcome that?
Yeah, I think this just being disciplined. I mean, this week it was the second play of the game, but we just kind of overran our one foot. And I don't think it was that we were slow and sluggish like the week before. It's just maybe we saw it and just did up on it wrong. And so I think if we can just come out and be where we need to be and tackle who we need to tackle. We've got some guys assigned to some things when they do some triple option look. That if they're disciplined and do what they need to do and go full speed, we'll be all right. And hopefully it is a 17-play drive if they're going to score. But I'd like to get them 3 and out and get the ball back and go down and get the lead early.
All right,
so instead of playing from behind.
Absolutely, that'll make it a lot easier as you try to, like you said, extend this season, and you can do it with a win tonight over the Iola Mustangs. We appreciate your time as always, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Head football coach of the GIrard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Community National Bacon Trust pregame show. Coach's interviews is always brought to you by Brumback Service Center. We'll step away, take a quick break, still to come. Got your keys to the game, starting lineups, opening kickoff from Frank Jameson Field, the Trojans and the Mustangs, next on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving GIrard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the GIrard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout Southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field here in GIrard, Kansas, getting set for Class 4A Division II District 3 matchup between the GIrard Trojans and the Iola Mustangs. See the student section band patiently waiting for their Trojans to take the field here in a little bit, as are we. Gives us an opportunity to get a couple more things in for you here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame. Chance to take a look around the area. That's some area matchups that we'll have not tonight, but most of them coming up tomorrow. As you look through some of these contests, some of these games, some of these teams are in the books. Independence, for instance, right there in that 4A1 District 4 has been eliminated from contention, but it'll come down to Coffeyville and Chanute. See who can get that win. You got to like Chanute and Lebec County out of 4A1 District 4. Lebec County's already secured their chance in the playoffs. Fort Scott, a big win last week. That game came down with Paola. Paola scored with 40 seconds to play, went for 2 to win it, and the Tigers held them out of the end zone. Ended up winning by 1 to take a 2-0 lead and get their chance at district championship, and so they'll host a first-round game next week. The other side of that, though, is Paola and Lewisburg. That is a good one that's going to determine that district runner-up and who will be hosting a district matchup. We've got our ball game. Of course, Burlington is at Anderson County. Burlington has already won their district crown. I didn't update those numbers for whatever reason, but Iola and at GIrard here, so those two teams right now are getting ready to take the field to participate in this one. Parsons at Columbus. Those two teams trying to look to who can make it to the playoffs. Obviously, you like Columbus in that one. I like Frontenac has already secured their opportunity out of there. In 3A District 6, Humboldt at Northeast. Got to like Humboldt and Erie at Jayhawk Glen. So I'm thinking Humboldt and Jayhawk Glen out of 3A District 6. Southeast at Cherryville and Riverton at Galena. Cherryville and Galena certainly the favorites out of that district. 3A District 8. Caney at Fredonia. Caney's already punched their ticket. Eureka and Neodesha. That'll be a good one to see who determines out of 3A District 8. And 2A District 4 are the matchups there. Pittsburgh High plays tomorrow in Hutch Field as the team getting ready to bust through that paper. And the seniors on night, a little sentimental moment there. We're going to miss these lights. Hopefully, maybe, you never know. Might get a chance to come back out here. And all that hard work just went through the window as they destroy that piece of paper running out under there. The Trojans.
The Unsung Heroes, the Art Club.
The Art Club, getting that one up. Your area matchups are brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of GIrard, formerly Burnham Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the GIrard area since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timken bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in GIrard. Your keys to the game, of course, are brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. With more than 40 fields of study, there is something for everyone at Fort Scott Community College. Students can take general education courses or complete an associate's degree degree or certificate, visit fortscott.edu or call 620-223-2700 for more information. Zach, your keys to the game.
All right, BJ. Last week we had a key to the game, which proved fairly accurate. Not to pat myself on the back too hard there, but tonight we're going to move back to keys to the game. We're going to get back to traditional football here. We got to finish every single play. These Trojans need to play to the whistle every single time coming off the line. They need to limit the penalties. There are several times where they shoot themselves in the foot. Last time, either ended up not converting third down or giving giving Burlington another shot at it. And then the other thing is they cannot put the ball on the ground, whether it be a missed snap or a dropped handoff or just a straight up fumble when being hit. They got to keep possession of that football and limit those turnovers.
Those are great keys to the game, brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Pearls and Curls Boutique. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Pearls and Curls Boutique, a great new shabby chic boutique located next door to Sheer Expressions on the south side of the square in Girard. See all the new arrivals at facebook.com/Pearls and Curls KS, Pearls A&D Curls KS to find out those. For the Trojans, for the Mustangs, we'll start there. The quarterback's going to be number 6, Kaysen Barker, a sophomore quarterback. Number 2, Isaac Batters is a freshman running back. Number 22, Isaac Vink. He was a good player last year for them. Got to watch out for that guy. He'll get a lot of the carries as a running back for them. Ethan Tavares, a senior running back, and tight end for him. Number 44, Devin Ryder, a sophomore tight end. Number 52, Kenyon Beasley, a senior offensive lineman. Number 66, Matt Miller, a senior O-lineman. Number 67, Matt Carr, a junior offensive lineman. Number 74, Alex Morrison, a senior up front for them. Number 77, Nick Zimmerman, a junior offensive lineman. And the other tight end, number 87, Ethan Holloway, a senior tight end for the Mustangs. Their head coach is David Doherty. Doherty. Should be Doherty. I think it's Doherty. For the Trojans, it'll be led by the quarterback, number 4, Kyler Siebert, 6 foot, 184-pound senior. Running back is Camden McFarland, 5'9", 156, and a senior. The wide receivers, Josiah Thomas at 6'1", 170, and a senior. Getting all these seniors, as many as they can, onto the field to start this ball game. Number 24, Creed Curran, a 5'11", 156-pound wide receiver and running back, is a junior. Tight end is number 36, Matt Saban, 6'2", 179, and a senior. The other one is Will Rasnick, 6'5", 187, and a senior. Up front for the Trojans. The center, once again, this week's going to be Cody Leonard. Of course, center throughout most of the season has been Wade Boatman. He went out with an injury against Anderson County. Cody, I thought, did a nice job last week to step up into that center spot. So he's getting another crack at it, 5'10", 173, and a senior. The other offensive lineman, Carter Doherty, 6'4", 235, and a junior. Chandler Humble is the tackle, 6'1", 196, and a junior. And the other tackle, Cole Cuthbertson, he's a guard. Cole Cuthbertson, 5'10", 199, and a junior. And then I think I skipped over Chase Bryant, 6'3", 260, and a junior. The Trojans, the way that thing, you got a chance to see it there as Girard won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. They've been pretty consistent there on that. And so they'll get ready to get things going on. We'll have the opening kickoff coming up next right here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
Over to kickoff, as always, brought to you by our friends at Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas, supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. You get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even glasses from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Trojans going to kick off from right to left. Camden McFarland will have that approach. And back to receive for them. It'll be Isaac Vink here to the near side. And to the far side, it's Isaac Batters. Freshman on that far side. Both of them standing about the 10-yard line. A 5-yard approach from McFarland off the left side for Batters. A couple of Isaacs. That's what they were. Isaac Vink and Isaac Batters on the return. And that one was Batters up to the 35-yard line, maybe just across. And they will have it, will Iola have it at their own 36 as we are underway in this one. 11:55 to play. Underway in this district championship game. Again, a winner-take-all matchup here between these teams. Iola moving from left to right. Rolling to the near side is the quarterback trying to turn it upfield. Trojans got to bottle him up. Finally ripped down. Hard tackle by Matt Saban. And a run there by... Who was on that carry? I missed that number as he was coming off there. It's a quarterback right off the snap. Kason Barker on that carry for them. And nice little gain of about 8 yards on first down and 10. So to bring up a second down and 8 here for the Mustangs. Mustangs in those blue helmets with that horse on the side. 2 tight ends. And 2 men in the backfield behind Barker. Send a man in motion. Turn, handoff up the left side. He's got the first down and more. Good blocker out in front of him. In fact, running back Batters was up in front of him. And a nice run there on the end around for Zane Whitney. A sophomore running back coming from that wing spot in motion. And a big play and a first down there. Up there across midfield inside the 50-yard line. And so that was... That play started about the 44. So looking at about a 9-yard, 10-yard run there on the carry by Whitney.
You know, you talked to Coach in the pregame interview about limiting those big plays early. Let's see if they can execute that.
Run up off the right side, a gain of about 4 on first down and 10 on the carry by Batters. Isaac Batters, that freshman running back. And it'll bring up a second down and 5 here for the Mustangs. 10:35 opening drive of this ball game for Iola. Trojan defense has been kind of feast or famine, like we talked about, those big plays, but they really made Burlington even last week work at it. But like you said in your keys of the game, it would have a stop, and then on 3rd and long, big play. Under center goes the quarterback Barker. Option far side, Barker turns it up. And it stopped shy, I believe, of the first down. It's going to be close. A gain of 4 for Barker. And I think it's going to be about a half-yard shy of a first down to bring up a 3rd down for the Mustangs. 3rd down and very short. And I tell you what, I wasn't sure what Iola had coming to this ball game. 3-5 record. The wins they do have are over pretty bad teams, quite frankly. I can tell you right off the bat, this is not going to be a slouch and a pushover for the Trojans. They're big up front. And across the board, pretty good size, man, matching up with the Trojans. And a pretty good savvy quarterback here in Barker. He'll turn, handoff, hit, nice play. No, he pulled it last minute. A really good read. The Trojans played it good defensively, but a great read by Barker to keep it. His run up off of the left side is enough for a first down, a gain of 3 when they needed 1. And it'll be a first down.
You know, while they did give up the first down there, you are seeing them stay together, finish the play, get the guy on the ground, and not let him pop out the backside like we saw some the last couple of games.
First down and 10 here for the Mustangs as they move from left to right. Toss sweep near side, outside for Vink. Trying to bottle up. Trojans all over it. Matt Saban tracked it down, helped out, setting the edge for Creed Curran. And it'll bring up second down and 8 on a gain of 2 by Vink. 8:46, a long drive here started. It started at the own 36-yard line. Right now the Mustangs have it at the GIrard 33. And we are 3 minutes plus into this drive here in this first quarter. A big old line comes to the line of scrimmage. Wing to the near side is Tavares. Wing to the other side is Vink, and a penalty flag going to be thrown on a delay of game. Boy, a crucial mistake there, I think, on this drive by Iola. As they were driving this game, and sometimes these 5-yard penalties, man, they can really be a drive killer.
Hey, especially last possession they converted on third and 1, and so this takes them out of contention there for that.
2 wings, 1 man in the backfield. is Batters. Send a man in motion, Taveras. Straight drop, left-handed quarterback looking down, now flushed. Now he'll fling it out. Going to let it fly to Batters. It's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage and no gain on the play. Boy, he kept it alive. Trojans were coming after him, but able to keep him and limit him to just a modest gain. No gain on the play, bring about third down and about 13 for the Mustangs.
Hey, I know it's early, BJ, but I'm liking the intensity of this Trojan defense come out here. They're, looks like they're committed to stopping these to short or no gain.
Certainly swarming after the football that time, and a couple of big plays so far on this drive to maybe stall this out. I think this is two down territory for the Mustangs. That same setup, two wings, send a man in motion. That's Taveras. Turn, swing it out to Taveras. Bottled up and incomplete, nearly intercepted. A hard tackle by Cam McFarland, and right off the bat, we've already got our hit of the game brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If a deer ends up tackling your car like Cam just took care of that play, take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. It's a fourth down and long. They're going to go for it here from beyond the 35-yard line. A quick kick. That is a knuckler. And that's going to take a jump and a my goodness. What a play. No touchback. Nope.
Oh.
He's going to put it at the goal line.
Wow, heck of a play by Holloway to tap that thing while he was in the air. That thing is a foot away from the end zone.
That is quite a play by that young man on special teams. You saw Coach Philpott at the bottom side of your screen there kind of saying, hey, I thought that was a touchback, and it was close. That official had to get down there, and it looked like he motioned that. He only put one hand in the air, but he was saying dead ball, and so the Trojans, after a punt, with 7:19 to play in this first quarter, GIrard's going to have it at their own 1-yard line. A 99-yard drive ensuing, hopefully, for the Trojan faithful. Under center will be Kyler Siebert, just trying to get himself a little bit of breathing room, and he does. Nice a run off the right side on a quarterback keeper up near the 5-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play to bring up a second down and 6 here for the Trojans.
5-yard gain for the Trojans. Second and 5.
7:05 and counting in this first quarter. Trojans and Mustangs in a must-win situation for both these teams.
BJ, they don't have their weights listed on the roster here, but I guarantee a couple of those guys over 220 on that front line.
Good
big
size boys up front. Shotgun here for Siebert. Turn, keep it himself, barrel forward, across the 5, and then keeps it driving forward. Nice, strong, 2 or 3 guys. Maybe he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but it's a good carry up just shy of the 10-yard line. It's another, we'll say, a gain of about 3 on the play. We're going to 3rd down and 3 for the Trojans. And big 3rd down here just to try to play field position, try to keep this drive moving to get it started at their 1-yard line a moment ago. 3rd down and 3 for the Trojans, just shy of the 10-yard line. Ball placed at about the 8, 7 or 8. 2 wide receivers near side. Derby McReynolds on the slot. He'll go in motion. Nope, that's Cam McFarland rather. Handoff inside, a big play defensively there as they hand it to McFarland coming in motion from this near side. That's kind of a new play. I haven't really seen Cam do a lot of that from the wide receiver spot. And it'll bring up a 4th down and a punt situation here for the Trojans. This could be dangerous.
Well, BJ, they've had trouble on coverage in punting situations. That they don't got much room back there. This could definitely be dangerous.
Isaac Batters will be the return. He stands at his own 40-yard line. Caden Lallman about 4 yards deep into the end zone. Snaps back to him. Right-footed kicker. He'll get a little wobbler in there, and it's going to take a nice Trojan roll. Nice job coming down there by Gage Shirtano to kind of run right at the receiver and allow him not to get to the football, and it ends up getting into Iola territory. But it will be a 1st and 10 for Iola at the 48-yard line. They have it officially here at the 47, so we'll oblige. 5:18 to play in this first quarter. It's rapidly moving by. It was a long drive for Iola on their opening drive that took 4 minutes and about 40 seconds off the clock, but ended up in a punt, and Trojans forced them in a 4th down. 1 receiver to the near side, 2 wings. In motion goes one guy coming back around is Vink, and the Trojans all over it. Got to get him to the ground. Austin No, Kyler Siebert in on the play. They reach down Isaac Vink, and it's a loss of 3 on the play It'll be a 2nd and 13 for the Trojans.
You can almost just feel this Trojan defense firing up. Some nice plays they made early, playing out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and now they got a chance to reverse the field position. They can hold up here.
Well, they give you a lot to account for with all that motion, with those wings coming in motion and inside handoffs and different formations. This is a different one here. A one wing to the near side, 2 men to the backfield. Barker will go under center, turn, hand up the middle. Hit, brought down. Carter Doherty, first guy to make contact there at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 3 on the play. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs here. Opening quarter, 4:20 to play. In the first quarter, no score so far. Trojans and Mustangs. Mustangs took their opening drive and marched it down the field, eventually punted it on a quick kick on a 4th and long. Trojans took over their own 1-yard line, 3 and out in the punt. Now Iola looking at a 3rd and long here. 2 wings and a wide receiver on the near side. Send a man in motion. That's Vink. Now hand off on the end around. Carter Doherty giving chase from behind. What a play by Carter Doherty. Playing back behind the line of scrimmage. Carter Doherty, he has really grown into a good football player for the Trojans here this year. A junior. He has certainly got the size to be a factor for GIrard for the next year and the rest of this season. And that was a big-time play by that young man. And a loss of 4 on the play to bring up a punting situation here for Iola as they'll back to punt it. Not sure why the clock's not running. White Hat stops the clock. Still not sure why that is the case. Well, they'll discuss it. And now they'll run a clock. I have no idea why that was happening. Game clock should be going as well, but it is not. And that's what they're saying. Yeah,
We're going to have to discuss this and figure out what the time is supposed to be.
Timeout. Trojans take a timeout. Okay, timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
GIrard Sports Live.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and GIrard.
This is Trojan football.
Trojans, for some reason, have to burn a timeout on a punt return play. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. And so play clock, and see the game clock actually finally did start a little bit. 2 seconds ran off of it, but a little communication all around here. Now it won't start. Play clock will. They're going to line up on a 4th and 14 and maybe quick kick it again. Carter Doherty nearly gets in there, get a hand on it. If I'm them, if I'm the Trojans, I recognize that pretty quickly up here in the booth and say, hey, we need to get a play for that quick kick, because that's twice they've done that. And the Trojans are going to have much better field position now, as they're going to start this drive at their own 19 instead of their own 1. And we'll see if this Trojan offense can get going a little bit here. 3:26 to go, first quarter, no score so far. But GIrard with a little bit of breathing room here in this one.
Yeah, we didn't really see much that first drive. They were so close to the goal line. See if they kind of stick to their McFarland game plan or open it up like they started to a little bit last week.
I tell you what, those guys really started reading the option well. Kyler Siebert and Cam McFarland playing well, and they nice job. Here's a snap for Siebert. Turn, handoff. You got it. This is Creed Curran, though, up the right side. A good run by Creed. And it's going to be a gain of about 8 yards on 1st down and 10 for Creed Curran. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans. Creed, a quick hitter up the middle. 8-yard pickup, and he'll get a break. Austin Noel will come in for him.
They had a little bit of success last week, a couple of times with both No and Curran coming in and running something a little bit different, because it kind of seemed like maybe they had picked up that option with Siebert and McFarland.
No and McFarland to either side of Siebert, 2 wide receivers as well as Shirtano and Thomason Turn, handoff, McFarland cuts back against the grain. Good read there by Cam. Still on his feet, breaking tackles. He's in the open field now at the 45 to 50. Down the field, he goes to the 40. Got to break a guy. A hard stiff arm at the 25. He's at the 15. Another stiff arm and knocked it out of bounds at the 5-yard line. What a run by Cam McFarland. It's a 66-yard run by Cam McFarland and a flag sitting at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you saw it. I don't remember which player it was, but you saw him campaigning as he was running down the field, campaigning to the ref, that he got shoved on the side. Oh, and they're going to call it on a holding.
Brutal call against GIrard on that play. That's going to bring it back. You can hear the natives down below us debating it right now.
Debate. I don't think there's much debate. They don't like it.
It's going to be a penalty. They'll mark it from the spot, so it's going to be a first down run. But certainly that's a lot different having it 1st and 10 at the.
They don't listen to us. I'm getting asked what the replay looked like there.
You'll have to go back and watch it on GIrard Sports Live later tonight, Mr. Stone Rock. It's still going to be a first down, but they were going to have 1st and 10 at the 5. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 35 of their own territory. So I guess officially end up being about a 6-yard carry by Cam. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. No, this time to the left of Siebert. McFarland straight behind him. Give it back to Cam. Let him do it again. Go to work up near the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. On first down, it's in to bring up a second down and 6 for the Trojans. Clock continues to tick here in a rapidly moving first quarter.
Okay, now I'm not going to make a play call here, but I'm going to make a play you wouldn't call. You would not call a pass in this situation here, right?
You have figured me out.
I got you figured out.
You have figured me out. I'm an open book when it comes to that kind of stuff. Certainly that is the case. But we will see. Second down and 6. 1:40 and counting. Siebert, send a man in motion as he checks the play clock. Just gets it off. End around to Curran. Got to break one more tackle. And, boy, Creed, I think if he saw that again, he might go back and he would have to bubble a little bit. That's where it's supposed to develop, is right there. But if he could have bubbled it just a little bit, he would have got beyond Cam, and it would have been wide open on the edge. And so, again, that's one of the things the coaches up here need to recognize, to tell them, hey, if we block down on that edge, there's a chance it might bubble outside. So what do we need to call to get to that? It ends up being just a gain of a couple. Brings up a third down and a long 4 here for the Trojans. And they need a big third down play here on 3rd and 4. 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Siebert looking to pass. Wings it out there, wide open. Cam's got to make the catch. Oh,
that is not like McFarland. I think of the passes that we've seen drop, they haven't been in Camden's hands.
Certainly not. And Cam is he gets a little tap on the helmet by Coach Phil Pott, and he knows that was missed. And I think what happened there was Cam saw a lot of open green grass in front of him. That was a good developed play, and he was getting ready to kind of get back those yards that he got stolen from him on the holding penalty. Alas, it turns into a punting situation here for the Trojans once again. So we've had 4 punts now. If this one gets off by Caden, he stands at his own 26-yard line. Snap back, hold, nice kick, and low wobbly kick. But, man, it takes that roll. He has got that thing down pat on the roll. Inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line is where things will be stopped for this one. And so Iola will take up at their own 23, maybe 24 officially, here with 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. Still no score in this
field
one.
Position game.
A couple of teams trying to figure one another out here in the opening moments of this ball game, and so much on the line. A chance to play one more football game at least, maybe more. Line up with a wing to the far side. That's Vink. 2 men in the backfield. Behind the quarterback, Barker. Send Vink in motion. Turn, hand off to him, third guy through. Trojans on him. Who else? Carter Doherty. Nope, that's not Carter. Making the play, it's the other guy who's got 3 on his jersey, Cole Cuthbertson, 73, not 53. But Cole making his way into the backfield, and right now those tackles are playing beyond the line of scrimmage a little bit. It ends up being a gain of 3 on the play.
Was that Barker carrying that?
That was 22 Vink on the carry, a gain of 3 to bring up a second down and 7 here for the Mustangs on what will likely be the final play of the first quarter. Barker under center. He'll send Vink in motion straight across. Coming to the near side. Option. Turn down field. Trojans on him. No doubter by Matt Saban. He wasn't going to try to read it. He was just going to come right down the field and drop him, and that's the end of the first quarter. We got a scoreless ball game in GIrard here in this Class 4A District 3 matchup between the Trojans and the Mustangs. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of GIrard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud GIrard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of GIrard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football.
3rd down and 6 here for the Mustangs. 3rd down and 7 as we get back underway. And a hand up, and right there, Carter Doherty all over it. I bet you right down right now. An early candidate for our play of the game is Carter Doherty. That dude has been in this plays defensively. He plays both ways. That's a loss of 3. Another TFL, tackle for loss for Carter Doherty. Bring up a 4th down, and we'll see if they run a true punt play here. And if they don't, that's kind of silly, I'll be honest with you. Here at this point of the field, with the way 53's been dominating, and they're going to go for it. It's a 4th. They need to drop somebody back. He says go back a little further. And they will do that quick kick. And block. There it is. On demand. Caught by Derby McReynolds, and that's where the Trojans will have it. I said it. That would be silly because 53's been playing back there. What happens? 53 block punt. And
then you got McReynolds catching the punt, who's usually where? Back receiving punts.
He did. Made a reception and went straight down, and he's going to give the offense a bye. At that point, it turned it over 11:22 to play in this first half. Trojans will have it at the Iola 30-yard line.
Defense getting the job done so far tonight. Let's see if the offense pick up their side.
Siebert has snap over his head. Boy, somehow that ended up in his hands. Kyler's going to make a little something out of nothing. In fact, he's going to make a lot out of nothing. At the 20, at the 15, running away from another defender. That ball was fumbled in the end zone, and it's a touchdown. What a funny game this is.
Hey, that was my keys to the game, but I said not to do that.
Don't fumble the football. Oh, I got it. How about if you fumble it, pick it up, and run it in for a 30-yard touchdown run? Because that's what just happened here on a 30-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. And now they'll try to add to their lead here on a point-after attempt. As Cam McFarland, holding is Ty Norris. Kicking is McFarland, snaps down, kick is up. Boy, plenty of leg on that one by Cam, and it is up and good. The Trojans strike again, or strike first in this ball game as they lead at 7-0, 11:09 to play in the second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football. This is Trojan football.
Trojans take advantage of a punt block by Carter Doherty. Short field at the 30-yard line, one play. A 30-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. The point-after attempt was good by McFarland and makes the score 7-0 here with 11:09 to play in the first half. On a play that was a fumbled snap over the head of Siebert, and he took, they call that chicken salad into chicken, or chicken, you know what, into chicken salad is how that saying goes. Here's a good open field tackle by Caden Lolleman. out on the far side. That's a good one because if he doesn't get it, that's going to be a big return up to the 25. A penalty flag came in late as well, and so ends up being on that last drive, a one-play, 30-yard drive, capped off on a 30-yard touchdown run by Siebert, and took all of 13 seconds off the clock.
Jason Olsen move your vehicle?
And the PAT was good.
So that holding penalty by Iola there is going to put them back on the goal line. Then we have completely 100% flip-flop the field position.
And the momentum is in favor of the Trojans. It started with the defense with that momentum. That ball's sitting at the 9-yard line, and that's where this one will start here with 11:02 to go in the second quarter. Trojans up by 7. Turn, hand up the middle, and a good run and a good bust-off play there by the freshman for Iola, Isaac Batters, and it'll be a good gain on first down and 10 of nearly 10. Gain of 8, we'll call it. It'll bring up a second down and 2 for the Mustangs on a gain of 8.
Yeah, he just put his shoulder there, and I don't know who it was, but just put his shoulder and ran right over somebody.
Yeah, he busted off a couple of tackles. Trojans were there at the point of attack, but just couldn't make the stop. Second down and 2 for the Mustangs. One wing to the far side. That's Whitney. He'll go in motion. Now stop. Turn. Hand off. Last guy through. It's a first down on the carry by Batters. A gain of about 3 or maybe 4 on the play. And it'll bring up a first down for Iola as they'll move the chains. Iola and Trojans in the first 4 possessions. First 5 possessions were punts by these teams. 3 by the Mustangs, 2 by the Trojans. Trojans finally do strike first on that last drive on a short field. And now with 12 to play in the first half, Girard leads at 7-0. Iola picks up a first down, however. First and 10 at the 23-yard line and steep inside their own territory. One wide receiver near side, 2 wings. It's Vink and Whitney. Straight drop back for Barker. He's got his wide receiver out in the open field. It's a big carry up across the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 9 on first down and 10 on the first pass completion of the ball game. First pass completion of the ball game, only the second attempt by the Mustangs. Excuse me, that's the second. There he is 2 for 2 because they made that one. It was a last-second scramble play, flung it out there. It's a gain of 9 on the play. Keeps the clock ticking under 9:40 to play in this first half. On second and short, they're operating second and short a couple of times already here in this drive. 2 wings, Vink in motion from right to left. He'll stop and get the Trojans to jump off sides. That's pretty gnarly. I'll be honest with you. That's pretty good way to kind of get people off sides. If you can time your downset hike at the same time as that guy stops, that is hard to keep your hand on the ground and not jump if you're a defensive tackle.
Well, especially as many times as you've seen Doherty in the backfield, you know he's coming. You get him to bite off, and
I don't mind him being aggressive. You just got to watch that football. You don't watch the guy in the backfield. It's the football that tells you when it's time to go. Cole Cuthbertson to the right of the center. Carter Doherty to the left of the center. Those two have been playing a pretty dominant performance. They'll engage. Doherty down, giving check, and now Chandler Humboldt staying with the play and finally knocked it out of bounds by Kyler Siebert on that far right side. It's going to be a gain of a couple, maybe a gain of 3 or 4 on the carry there for the Trojans. I believe that was Vink on that carry. And it's a gain of 4 to bring up a second down and 6 for the Mustangs. Clock stops as he goes out of bounds. 7-0 is your score. Trojans get a win this week. They got a chance to play in the playoffs. First round action will be at Frontenac. Frontenac with a big upset last week over Columbus. I thought that shocked about everyone I talked to. But that's why you play the games. And Columbus, for all the success they've had, they have a hard time closing out seasons. Hand up the middle. Big hard run right at the point of attack. Finally stopped. Nope. It wasn't Whitney because Whitney doesn't have the football in his hands right now. I thought it was him as well. Ends up being, I believe, Batters. Isaac Batters on a 6-yard carry just across the first down marker. And it brings up a first down for Iola. Just shy of the 50-yard line at the 47-yard line. It's a pretty good drive so far by the Mustangs. 5 plays into it. And 3 first downs already in this one. Send Whitney in motion, turn, handoff, Batters, breaking tackles once again, and Trojans are getting to the point of attack. Just he's having a hard time bringing him down a little bit. Nice tackle by Matt Saban, Kyler Siebert It's a 2-yard pickup there by Batters. And it'll bring up a second down and 8. That's the first success they've really had on first down against them. They've been operating second short or second and midway. Right now, second down and 8. We'll see if this Trojan defense can hold. Two wings, Vink and Whitney. Vink will go in motion. He makes that stop. Now they'll look up and look to the sidelines. Barker under center, barking out the cadence turn. Little mess up at the mesh point, but a good hard run up the near side to Batters, and that's a pretty good-looking freshman, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, he stays healthy and keeps improving. We can see a lot of this kid in the future.
Yep. Well built and good hard runner for this Mustang team. Will Rasnick will come out of the ball game. Talking about Carter Doherty. When Will Rasnick comes out of the ball game, Carter goes from a left tackle to a right end. That is not an easy switch to make. It's a completely different set of rules you got to play by. And he'll be over to the near side. Whitney goes in motion. Turn, hand up the gut. Carter makes that play. Coming down from that line of scrimmage. Derby McReynolds in there to help out as well, along with Matt Saban. It's going to be enough for a first down, though, as it's up to the 40-yard line again with about 4 or 5. And it'll move the chains once again. The fourth first down of the play, of this drive. And they're inside Trojan territory. This drive started with 11:02 to play in the half at their own 9-yard line. And they are now inside Trojan territory at the 40. 4 minutes into this drive. Barker under center. It's kind of their base look right here. Turn, going to fake it. Now go to Vink on the right side. Trojans get it bottled up. Good play there. Coming down in Matt Saban. Matt's having himself a ball game too defensively, as he should from that linebacker spot. If the guys up front are doing their job, he should be able to roam free and make big plays like that. And it's a gain of 1 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 9 here for the Mustangs. 6:40 and counting in this first half. I do appreciate both these teams kicking this clock running. I'm on the tail end of a 7-day run. It's got this old boy down, and I'm ready for a nighttime, a little sleepy time. Swing it out to the tight end, catching on a ride there with Derby McReynolds. You're going to do that, you better buy a ticket. Jumped on the back of the tight end coming out here, wide receiver Ethan Holloway. And it's going to be a big gain of about 10 yards on second down and 9, just across the 30-yard line up to the 29. A 10-yard completion. He's 3 for 3 passing, something to keep a track of. So far in this ballgame, 2 for 2 on this drive alone, and this will be the 11th play of this drive forthcoming. And the 5th first down of this drive for the Mustangs in what is a big answer to the momentum swing that was the Trojans a moment ago. Mustangs are putting together a ball game. Vink will go in motion. Now he'll settle into a 2-back set. They put another guy in motion. Turn, handoff, Vink up the middle. And this is one of those times, Zach, where as a coach, I know you don't want to burn it, but I think about maybe calling a timeout. Just allow these guys to catch their breath a little bit and reevaluate here defensively what you want to do. Just to maybe stop this momentum that the Mustangs have built up. You know, you've got 5:37 to play. You got 2 timeouts left. I know you're going to want them on offense maybe, but.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, BJ, because, this kind of situation where we see all of a sudden a big play bust out.
Yep, second down and 5. Here's quarterback Barker. Pressure comes. Trojans on it in the backfield. There's your big play.
Oh, diving, taking out the angle. Wow.
They attacked the quarterback, and Siebert was able to get off his blocker to make the play. It's a loss of 5 on the play. And they're bringing up a 3rd down and 10 here for the Trojans. Third down and 10 for the Mustangs. 5:05 to play in this fourth quarter. Second quarter, 5:05, now under 5 minutes to play in the first half. One wing to the right side, 2 men to the backfield. Barker will go under center. Send Whitney in motion. Turn, handoff. 2 batters. Hard running freshman. Makes a stop across the 25, up near the 24-yard line on 3rd down and 10. It's going to be a gain of about 6. And it'll bring up a 4th down and manageable here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they've been picking it up in 5-6 yard chunks, so they got to. So what do you think? This will be the 14th play of this drive, and we are approaching, when he makes the snap, most likely to be 7 minutes into it on this drive. On a 4th down and 4, can the Trojan D answer? It's demoralizing. You go on a long drive like this and can't get points out of it. Under center goes the quarterback Barker.
Whitney in motion. Turn, hand up the middle. He mishandled it, but he gets past there. Oh, I thought they were going to fumble. Instead, they pick it up, and it's a gain of about 7 on 4th down and 4, all the way up to the 15-yard line, and another first down play.
So what do you think of that timeout now?
Yeah, perhaps. The 6th first down of this drive. 3:46 and counting in the first half. Barker under center on 1st down and 10 from the 15. Turn, handoff. First carry of the ball game for this big fella. Dylan Ryder, another freshman. I'll tell you what, Iola, if you're in the Pioneer League, you might want to keep an eye on this club. Got a couple of juniors that start on that offensive line. They'll lose a little bit, but they got some youngsters that are coming up. That's a gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up maybe 6. It'll bring up a gain of 6. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. 3:11 to play in this first half. This has been a impressive drive.
Definitely speaks to their faith in these youngsters, in a playoff, a situation that determines whether they go into the playoffs or not.
Delay of game. There's some of those youngsters coming into effect there. The quarterback is Kason Barker. He's a sophomore. Then Isaac Batters right now is, I would believe, their leading rusher with a freshman. Isaac Vink is the senior guy who he gashed the Trojans at times last year. But a 5-yard delay of game penalty is going to back this up, bring up a 2nd down and 9 now. Clock stopped at 3 minutes to play, and it'll wind with the whistle. First half, 7-0 Trojans. But the Mustangs driving. Barker goes under center. Turn, end around to Vink. Trojans trying to stretch it. Penalty flag comes flying. And they're going to call a holding penalty. And obviously, I'm a little bit biased in favor of the Trojans. But that wasn't a very good call. Devin Ryder had a really good block on the edge against Kyler Siebert, I thought. And 2 officials called it. Maybe he had something. They saw something I didn't. But I thought it was a pretty good block by Ryder. But a good break for the Trojans. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty on top of that. So this drive now starting to stall out a little bit with penalties. Instead of 2nd down and 9, it's going to be 2nd down and about 19 here for the Trojans, or for the Mustangs, rather. So a holding penalty.
Outside the 25-yard line.
This will be the 16th play of this drive.
21 yards.
But they're going to have to overcome something here now. 2nd down and 21 is what they say officially. Option to the near side. Quarterback strokes. Austin No stomps him. Can't bring him to the ground, but help comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Trojans in pursuit right behind Austin No. And it's no gain on the play. Maybe a yard on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 20.
1-yard gain, 3rd down and 20.
For the
25-yard line.
Mustangs. Approaching 2 minutes and approaching the 9th minute of this drive.
So what do you think here? You go for a chunk of it here and then try to get the rest of the 4th down, or you go for it all here?
Well, you don't have to. I think you can get half of it, try to get half of it, and have yourself an opportunity on 4th down. I suspect by the way they've run their punting game that they don't have much of a kicking game, but we will see. Rolling to the right side now, looking to screen, throwback. Nope, throws it in the air. It'll be, oh boy. Derby McReynolds goes up to catch it. Ty Norris was wide open right behind him. He had no idea. And Ty would have been off to the races. Both of them could have been up to the races. But it'll be a pass breakup there by Derby. And a 4th and 20 now for Iola.
Have to get Derby a little pine tar or something.
A 1:52 to play in this first half. And the Trojan D trying to hold the Mustangs out of the rewards of a impressive drive. Barker under center, those 2 wings. They'll send Vink in motion. Straight drop, looks back, throws it up. 3, that left hand is upended by Kyler Siebert.
Siebert is a monster tonight.
He is.
On defense.
Kyler's playing physical. That's what you get from a senior in a do-or-die play. Woo. And Kyler stops that on a turnover on downs. Can you believe it?
Boy,
goodness gracious.
You nailed it, BJ. How disheartening is that? To burn almost an entire quarter. And how many plays did
18 plays.
Wow.
18 plays. It took over 9 minutes off the clock. That started at their own 9-yard line. Went all the way down to the 25.
To finally turn over on downs.
And you turn it over on downs.
Yeah,
Trojans
rough.
have it. Now they need to try to do something, maybe get some points here. Siebert going to keep it himself. turn up the field. He'll have a run of about 4 yards at the 25-yard line to gain a 4 to make up a second down and 6. And Trojans see if they get points here going into the locker room. They lead by 7. That is rough.
Wow.
If you are the Mustangs. 9 minutes and 15 seconds is what that took and did not get any points. Siebert, turn, handoff, McFarland. Trojans looking like they may just be content to run this clock down in this second quarter and go into the locker room. Nothing too fancy. And it'll be a gain of maybe 1 and bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Trojans. It'll wind the clock under 50 seconds. So they're going to have an opportunity to run this thing pretty much down to nothing if they just get it. Wade Boatman has come in at center. I haven't been paying enough attention. That's why I got a color guy for to see when that happens. But he's in there at center now in this ball game. May have been early. Pass up to Thomason. Nice play there, and that's going to give him an opportunity maybe to run a play here. That's the first pass completion of this ball game for the Trojans, and a big pickup there. Out at the 42, so a pass completion of about 10 yards or so. It'll be 12 yards on the completion.
Yeah, you're talking about Wade. You know, the coach last week said they could have used him if they had to, but they wanted him to get rested up, especially possibly going into the playoffs.
Separated shoulder and high snap, handoff to Thomason, and he's going to be brought down in what could be the final play of the first half. We'll see what the coach decides to do. No gain on the play to bring up second down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Now coach will take a timeout. We'll see what they come up with when we return. Trojans lead by 7, 14 seconds to go in the first half. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan Football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan Football.
7 minutes to play in this first half, 14 seconds to play in this first half. GIrard National Bank halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We'll recap this first half. We've got your Canard Eye Care eye on the game coming up in just a little bit. Halftime stats and more. Turn, hand over the middle for McFarland. Trying to pick his way. Cam just out of his back, hand on the back of Chandler Humble. And I can tell you as an offensive lineman, there's nothing better than knowing that guy's right behind you, following you through the hole, and a chance to get it. So coach calls a timeout to run that play. I'm kind of surprised by that, but that's okay.
You got an offensive-minded coach out there.
Yeah, he was thinking about it. We'll see what we're going to do, but the Trojans are going to take a lead into halftime in what is a must-win situation for the Trojans. We'll see what the second half has in store. We're going to talk about that first half next, though, on the GIrard National Bank halftime show, of course, which is, as always, brought to you by our friends at GIrard National Bank. They've been bringing you community banking at its best for years. GIrard National Bank is committed to providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GIrard National Bank. We'll talk about it next on the GIrard National Bank halftime show on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
GIrard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, GIrard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. GIrard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GIrard National Bank is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan football.
Just about to be serenaded by the Girard High School Marching Band. Good group there to show you what they're working with out there at halftime. Listen to them for a moment. Pretty nice formation.
Oh, yeah. Quite the impressive band.
They've really done a nice job this year that do the national anthem, and I can't tell you, Zach, how many places I've been and sat through how many national anthems, and they're all of different degrees of success, I can tell you that. But the Trojans have really been doing a nice job and having a little fun out there at halftime. We are in the middle of the Girard National Bank halftime show. It's time to take a look at your eye on the game, brought to you by Kenora Eye Care. Thanks to the support from the community, Kenora Eye Care has doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenora Eye Care is the clear choice. Give them a call at 620-235-1737. Well, this will be pretty short because this game has been pretty short on time of possession for sure. The Trojans win the toss, elected a first, so they'll get the ball coming out of the locker room. And I think that probably played a little bit of factor on how creative Coach got there down the stretch of that first half. But Iola, they go on their opening drive. They've been having some yards in this game, and they've been marching it down. Zach will have that in a moment when he takes a look at our stats. But a 7-play drive, and ended up punting it away for the Trojans, the Mustangs. Trojans get it back 3 and out and a punt. Iola gets it back. They go 3 and out and a punt. Trojans get it back at their own 19-yard line. 4 plays and a punt. Iola gets it back at their own 24-yard line. 3 plays and a blocked punt. They haven't really punted like in a true formation. They've used their quarterback as kind of a quick kick where he lines up about 2 or 3 yards behind the center and catches it and punts it. And it's not, I thought it was silly to do it and called it. And Carter Doherty got his hand up there. Carter, 6'4", able to get his hands in there and not bat it away. It still went forward, but the Trojans had excellent field position. Took over the Iola 30-yard line, go 1 play on a quarterback keeper by Kyler Siebert. It went over his head on the snap. It took one bounce right into his belly. He immediately turned upfield and had an awesome run, and he ran 30 yards for the touchdown. Point after attempt was good by Camden McFarley, made it 7-0. Iola got the ball back. That seems like an hour ago, or no, it seems like forever ago, and it kind of was.
Yeah, pretty close.
Iola got the ball back on the ensuing drive at their own 9-yard line with 11:02 to play in the first half. They ran 18 plays and went down to the 25-yard line. So what is that, 86 yards? And went 18 plays, 86 yards, took 9 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock, and that's 76 yards.
Yeah.
And capped it off on a turnover on downs with 1:47 to play in the first half. So they ran 9 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock, but got nothing out of it. Trojans got it back at their own 25-yard lines, run 4 plays, and end the half on that note. And that's how our first half ended. So Trojans have a 7-0 lead in this ball game. A must-win situation here for the Trojans. We're going to step away, take another timeout. Still to come, we've got some score updates to bring you from. Well, we won't have a lot of scoring updates to bring you from around the area, but we'll do our best to get what we have. And halftime stats from Zach coming up next here on the GIrard National Bank halftime show on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Chicken Annie's GIrard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of GIrard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's GIrard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving GIrard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Thanks to your support, Kennard Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennard Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and GIrard.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the GIrard Trojans the best of luck.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here on the GIrard National Bank halftime show, BJ Harris, Zach Adams, and Brandon Merriman here in this one. The GIrard Trojans lead it 7-0 at halftime. Let's take a look at your halftime stats brought to you by Exchange Today Bank, one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas. Exchange Today Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality customer service, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. At Exchange State Bank, you're not just dealing with your bank employees, you're banking with your friends. To learn more, go to esbks.com. Zach, your halftime stats.
All right, BJ. So, looking good through the first half. Trojans got Sieber with 4 rushing attempts for 41 yards and that touchdown, the only score of the game. McFarland's had 5 carries, 13 yards. We got a couple of catches, adding up to about another 20 yards. On the other side of the ball, the story is the defense. Trojan defense has stifled these guys. They got 80 rushing yards total and 22 receiving. Even after that mammoth long 18-play drive, they managed to hold freshman running back Batters with 11 attempts, only 52 yards, with a catch for 3 yards. Number 6, Kason Barker, has a handful of carries and 15 yards. So just not a whole lot going over there, especially in the way of scoring.
Yeah, had a good bounce back considering a week ago one guy had 22 carries for 326 yards and 4 touchdowns. And so the defense, I'm sure, got challenged a little bit by Coach Phil Putt, and he has responded. Halftime scoring update brought to you by our friends there at... I had it, and then I bumped it, of course. That's natural for me. Our friends at Brokop Construction, Matt Now, where they specialize in new home construction. To learn more or to get a free estimate, call Matt Brokop at 620-687-2381. One update here, certainly locally, 49-0. Colgan all over Uniontown in the second quarter of that ball game. Neodesha and Eureka, we thought this would be a good ball game. It's a chance to make the playoffs in that district. Neodesha 14, Eureka 8. Other area ball games. St. Paul and Sedan. St. Paul in a must-win ball game over there at 8-man. And 22-6 is your halftime score and second quarter score in that one. Humboldt all over Northeast tonight, 33-0 in that one. Galena looking for to continue their undefeated season, 8-0 going into that game against Riverton. And right now they lead Riverton 26-0 in the second quarter of that ball game. And those will look at some scores, maybe a couple of more. We find them here scrolling. Cherryville 27-0 over Southeast. Latest update in that one in the second quarter of that ball game. And so those are the scores to pass along to you here in Southeast Kansas, as many as we could find. The Trojans. Right now, though, the most important score we have for you, Trojans lead at 7-0. Again, the winner gets to play in the playoffs next Friday night at Frontenac. Will be that ball game. The other side of this district has Burlington. They're going to host the winner of Columbus and whoever Columbus is playing. Parsons is that ball game. Parsons 1-1. You got to like Columbus's chances to win that one. So Columbus will be on the road at Burlington. A long road trip for them next week if they win here tonight. Not a long road trip for the Trojans going over to Frontenac in a game that I think they could certainly win if they get the opportunity. And so we will see if they get that chance coming up next week. But they got to get one more half of football. Iola played a little keep away in that first half. See if the Trojans can get another score and they start this drive coming up next as they allow the football. We'll take our final break of the half. Come back and get you ready for the second half right here on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com.
Producers Co-op of GIrard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of GIrard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in GIrard today at 620-724-4558.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Trojan football.
Getting ready for second half action from GIrard. Class 4A District, Division II District 3 matchup, Trojans and Mustangs. In this one, second half kickoff, just like the first, brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in GIrard. Signed by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even glasses from Larrett Ceramics. 620-724-8442. And it'll be from left to right here for this one. First kickoff of the ball game for the Mustangs. Good kick. Be fielded by Caden Lallman. He'll pick it up at the 25-yard line. Off one tackle and slams across the 30, up near the 32. Kind of mishandled by Caden. And it will be Trojan football. That's where they will start. Right there at the 32-yard line, will the Trojans, as we get things underway in this second half. Trojans will have it as they'll come out from right to left. Shotgun set for Skylar Siebert. Send Curran in motion. Handoff McFarland. Up the near side. Cam breaking tackles up near the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3 on first down and 10. It'll bring up a second down and 7 for McFarland. Haven't really been able to get Camden going in this ballgame. He had that big run, but of course that was brought back on a hold. That was going to be a 65-yard run. Would have had him set up at the 5-yard line. Instead, they had to come back on a holding call, but got to get Cam going in order to have some success in this ballgame.
Yeah, teams got to know that he's going to be a key component of the game plan, and they're going to be watching him and watching that option. And, but it only takes a step or two for him to bust free.
Same setup. This time they'll give it to Curran. Good play off that edge. Whitney coming in to make the play. No gain. No gain. They'll play. Bring up a second down or third down and 7 here for the Trojans. See if they can get something going on this opening drive. Pretty important, I think, to set the tone. They had so much momentum at one point in this ball game. And that long drive, again, Iola pretty much took up the entire second quarter. Trojans limiting their touches. Trojan only had the ball in that first half 1, 2, 3 times, and then late in the fourth, so only 4 possessions for them. Iola had it 4 possessions, but one of them took 9 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. Third down and long. Swinging out McFarland. Catch the edge. Good block on the edge by Gabe Shirtano. That's going to be enough for a first down up to the 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup on 3rd down and 7, and a crucial block by Shirtano.
He made sure he caught it that time before he took off to the races there.
Wait a minute. There's a flag over here on this side. That is bad call. Coach Philpott not happy about it here on the near side. And I agree. That was a great block by Gage. Inside the frame, that's where it needs to be. And a poor call on the near side official here on this line judge. And I just think that really is not very well done. Trojans would have had a first down. That's twice now they've had big plays called back on holding penalties. That one in particular, I got a good chance to see it, so did you.
Yeah.
I guess y'all can be the judge when you go back and watch this video, but Trojans are at 1st down and 10. Now they're 3rd and 12 on the holding penalty. Shotgun set for Siebert. Rolling to his right, pressure coming, got to feel it, lets it fly. He's got Raznick. Raznick turning upfield, got to feel that first down. He's got it. He knew where the stick was, and he barreled forward. It's going to be close to a first down.
Great heads-up play by Raznick. He's looking at that and just ducked his shoulders and dove, and looked to me like he got across.
12-yard pitch and catch. Will depend on the spot. I don't know if they got a great spot on it, but it's enough for a first down. And a big conversion on a 3rd and 12 on a 12-yard pitch and catch. Well-executed play by the Trojans. And a hard-nosed play by Will Raznick.
You know, while the passing game has not been their bread and butter, there's been a few times where they really have come through on 3rd down.
Certainly over the last 2 weeks, and now into this 3rd week in district play, it's been good. Nice cut there up the middle by Krieger, and he's off to the races at the 45-40. Breaks another tackle, still on his feet across the 30, dragging defenders to the 30-yard line. He drug him all the way down to the 30-yard line. What a good run by Creed Curran. And that ends up being a 24 plus 3, 27-yard run all the way up to the 31-yard line and a first down for the Trojans. Creed got an extra 10 yards on that run after contact and drug a defender for an extra 5 or 6. What a hard-nosed run. Trojans offense now marching. 2 wide receivers near side, one to the far side. Raznick the wing to the near side. Turn, fake the handoff, look to pass, throw it down the field. And it was, I'm not sure it was intended for, I guess, Raznick. And
he's out there dancing, tangled up.
Yeah.
I think he was getting hit a little bit right as he threw that ball.
Well, if this drive stalls out, remember that play on 1st down and 10. 9:41 to play in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 your score. Trojans lead it. The pressure will start to mount on both these teams as this time starts to wane a little bit. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side is Shirtano. St. Curran in motion. Handed off McFarland. Bouncing, still on his feet. Cross the 25, up near the 20. Cuts back against the grain up near the 15-yard line, and help coming from his big boys to push him forward. It's going to be enough for a first down. It's going to be a gain of about 12 on 2nd down and 10. Inside the 20, up to the 17-yard line, and a first down and 10 for the Trojans.
Well, you got to love it how these guys come in. They just keep pushing. Looks like a rugby scrum out there, just pushing the pile.
Number 21, Dan Faust.
Both these guys, both the last couple of runs, one by McFarland, one by Kern, have been good hard-nosed runs, and you're right, a lot of yards after contact. 1 wide receiver far side, 2 to the near side. Kern's in the slot. Shirtano the wide receiver. Tomlinson to the other side. Siebert pulls it up the middle. Good run by Kyler up near the 10-yard line. A good bounce there. That's going to be a gain of right about 10 yards on 1st down and 10. It's going to be just shy of a first down. So it'll be 2nd down and short. Say it's a gain of 9 on the play.
9-yard gain in the play.
And everybody with 2nd down and 1. Here's the clock ticks under 9 minutes to play in this 1st quarter, the opening drive. Now the 8th play of this drive forthcoming. 3 minutes into it already. Siebert, pistol on 2nd and 2. St. Curran in motion. Turn, handoff McFarland. Picking his way through. He's got the first down and more up inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. And so the Trojans will have it. 1st and goal from right at the 5-yard line is where they mark it. So 1st down and goal from the 5. 8:33 to go in this 3rd quarter. I mean, this game, and I almost hate to say it because I jinx myself, has been flying by. This is good old school hard-nosed football.
What's your
you play a game right, you play football right, it should only last 2 hours. But in today's day and age, it lasts 4 hours. Turn, handoff, nope, keep it. Siebert, good read. Driving to the end zone. Is he in? They're going to say he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans, on a 5-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. And the Trojans are going to add to their lead here with 8:09 to play. 8:09 to play in this third quarter. And now Cam McFarland will come on to kick the point after attempt. Straight on kicker. Low snap, mishandled, fire call. Cam looking, lets it fly, and it's batted out of the air. And had a couple of guys out there, but a mishandled snap on the play will let the score remain. Right now, 13-0. Trojans lead it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan football.
Number 2, Isaac Batters.
Trojans go down the field, 8 plays, 64 yards. Take almost 4 minutes off the clock. Cap it off on a 5-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. And now they've got a 13-0 lead. Point after was no good on the PAT.
Bowman's kick returned by number 2, Isaac Batters.
And so the score is now 13-0 here as a kick away. And Trojans will back on defense. And Zach, the defense has been really the bright spot. The offense has started to come alive a little bit, certainly on that last drive.
Yeah, seeing a lot of what we've seen out of the defense, with the exception of giving up the big plays. Swarming to the ball, hard hitting, good tackling, and without the mistakes that they've been making the last couple of weeks.
Yep, some of those, your key to the game was to limit those, and so far they've met that key. And we will see if they can continue here on the defensive side of the football. Under center will go the quarterback Barker. He'll send Whitney in motion. Turn, handoff to Batter, and Batter's big hard run there for that young man. Batter's, again, a freshman running back. Has carried the load for the Mustangs.
Tackle for the Trojans, number 2, Cameron Farland.
In this ball game, and Trojans, for the most part, have had answers for him. He had a pretty good first half. What'd you have? 11 carries for 55 yards, so right at a 5-yard carry per carry. That's a pretty good average. If you can average 5 yards a carry, you're going to have a lot of success. Barker under center again, 2 men in the backfield. Wing go in motion, Whitney. Turn, handoff again. Batters. This time they've got him bottled up. No, he breaks it. Boy, they had him first, and then his second effort got him beyond the line of scrimmage, and then he was able to fall forward for another gain of 5. It'll bring up a first down and 10, I believe, once they get this ball set.
Result of play, first down, Iola.
Yeah, they got to feel like they got something special with this kid, a freshman coming in here and shouldering the load, and not just those initial yards, but those yards after contact.
Timeout taken by the Mustangs. We'll take it along with them. 13-0 Trojans lead it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan athletics.
This is Trojan football.
First down and 10 for the Mustangs at the 33-yard line. They've got the football here. Moving from left to right, trying to get on the board here. Run up the middle. Trojans bottle up again initially, but a good second effort once again by Isaac Batters is going to get him a few extra yards. Again, the Trojans have been there at the point of attack. He's just able to drive forward. That's a gain of 4 on the play to bring up a second down and 6 for Batters. 7:02 to play in this third quarter. Trojans leading at 13-0. It's been a pretty good game of time of possession for both teams. Certainly for the Mustangs. At one point in that second quarter, the Mustangs had a 9-minute and 15-second drive. Trojans 3:45 on their last possession. Now the Mustangs are almost 2 minutes into this drive. Barker, fake it to a few guys. Whitney's there. The Trojans bottom him up. Cam McFarland submarined in there to get him tripped up, and then help came over the top. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play to bring up a third down and a long 5. Maybe third down and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. I'll tell you what, a Trojan defensive stop here can really start to put a dent in the chances for the Mustangs. You get a stop and a score, you really start to put things out of reach. Whitney, the wing to the near side, 2 men to the backfield. Barker turn, handoff Vitt, trying to pick his way, breaking tackles. He's going to be close to a first down. He got a very favorable spot right in front of us. And I think it's going to be enough for a first down. They'll put it down, and yep, they will give him a good spot and a first down and move the chains again. The Trojans just can't make that tackle. Those guys have been running through arm tackles, and at times we've seen the Trojans be incredibly physical. That gave away the Bradshaw collision repair hit of the game early in the ball game, and probably could have given away 2 or 3 more times in that first half. But here in this drive right now, the Mustangs are running through the Trojans. 1st and 10 from the 44. Kick it. Barker, Whitney, Trojans trip him up. Derby McReynolds coming in to make the play. Nice job coming off that right side. It's going to be a limited gain, maybe not a gain at all. No gain on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 10 on that play by that young man.
Yeah, they're definitely doing the bend don't break mythology. You know, they just push back 18 plays drive with no points. That's about as bend don't break as you can get.
That's a tough way to make a living as a defense, but so far it's working. One wide receiver to the far side, 2 wings. 1 man in the backfield is the freshman, Batters. Barker driving, looking to his left, lets it fly. It's aired up. Derby McReynolds, his second pass breakup of the ball game. Second pass breakup. Only 1 guy out in the route. I mean, there was 4 defenders over there, and McReynolds was in great position. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 now for the Mustangs, just shy of the 45-yard line. 4:53 to play in the third quarter. Trojans lead at 13-0. That stops the clock for, I think, probably the first time in the second half. And the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10 or 3rd and 10 rather at the 44. Here's Barker, sends Whitney in motion. Turn, handoff up the middle. Batters. Austin Nose all over him, riding him down to the ground. It's a gain of maybe 2 on the play. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. They'll give him 3 yards on the carry. 4th down and 7. And it will bring up a 4th and 7, maybe 6. Maybe 4 yards on that carry. It gave him a little bit more than I thought.
You don't think you go for it here. You still got 4 minutes left in the third, and you're down by 2.
I'm guessing they're going to punt, and Creek Curran drops back in that punt return coverage, and we'll see. They do. Quick kick it off to the right side, shanked it. Got to get away from it. Boy, Ty Norris does. He shakes his head as he comes to the sideline. That one was hunting him, and it falls at the 30-yard line. And so after 8 plays, another punt. And they turn it back over to him with 4:15 to play. That was nearly a 4-minute drive. It was 3:54 off the clock, I believe. 3:44 off the clock. And it will give it back to the Trojans here with 4:15 to play in this ball game. They'll take over at their own 30-yard line. Trojans need another one of those drives like they had a moment ago. Put an early nail in the coffin. Siebert, turn, hand off at Farland, well played. We've seen that. Whitney plays on offense. He's been that wing back, and he hasn't gotten a lot of carries, but he has certainly been a factor in the defensive game.
Result of play is no gain.
No gain to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Trojans.
2nd and 10.
From their own 30-yard line, 3:56 and counting in this third quarter. Trojans up 13-0. A win will get them in the playoffs, Class 4A Division II playoffs, and like we saw a year ago, anything can happen. take records and throw those things out the window for the most part going into the playoff hunt. Siebert, McFarland to his right. Looks down the field, lets it fly. He had Thomason make a catch. Josiah up across the 40-yard line. He drags the defender for a first down. It's a gain of 12. On the pitch and catch to Thomason. And we talked to this Philpott about this a little bit, and we haven't seen it offensively, but he got Josiah active in the offense early last week, and it built up his confidence. And then late, they had that nice drive down the field, dink and dunk, and Josiah had a couple of big plays. He had 2 touchdowns in that game against Burlington. It was a little too late, perhaps, but Josiah has developed pretty nicely. He had some trouble catching the ball early in the season. So far, he's been pretty reliable. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Turn, can keep it. Siebert, good read up the middle and a hard run. And Kyler, deceivingly strong and hard to bring down. Big, strong bottom half on Kyler. It's a gain of 6 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Trojans.
Kyler's definitely one of those players where his legs just keep driving. He's even down on the ground, and they're still driving.
2:48 counting in this 3rd quarter. Trojans up 13-0. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Tied to the far side is Rasnick. Thomason on there as well to the near side. Turn handoff McFarland up to the 50-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 2 on the play. And they'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Trojans.
Just not having a whole lot of luck running right there off center.
For Cam's sake, he's experienced this a couple of times in ball games where it was clear that the defense's game plan was to stop number 2.
Yeah.
And that's a good game plan. If I was coaching against the Trojans, that would be my game plan as well. Luckily, the Trojans have had some guys step up here over the last couple of weeks at times. Certainly stepped up against Anderson County 2 weeks ago. Kern will go in motion on 3rd and 2. Penalty flag comes flying in. That may save the Trojans. That was going to be held up shy and bring up a 4th down. Legal procedure. They're going to say 2 guys were in motion at the same time on that play prior to the snap. And so instead of 3rd and 2 at just beyond midfield, it's going to go back to the 45-yard line, bring up a 3rd down and 6. See what the Trojans, that little pass to the flat on the little swing pass, wheel route to Cam McFarland has been open. And he had it way open earlier and dropped the ball.
Yeah, his legs took off before his hands closed, I think.
I bet you that comes to our sideline right here. Siebert, straight drop. Had it out here. Goes to Thomason. Thomason makes the catch. He's going to be ripped down from behind. That should be, and it is.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a 1st down, a 10-yard, 11-yard pickup on the pitch and catch to Thomason. And then going to tack another 15 yards onto that. From the end of that, that's just going to be deep inside Iola territory. What a well-executed play on the pitch and catch from Siebert to Thomason. Those two have really found some rhythm.
The big part of that play was Thompson dodging that first tackle and getting to the second guy.
Yeah, it was going to be short of a 1st down, and he was able to avoid him, and then that led to the illegal tackle. And now the Trojans are going to be inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line, and a minute 31 to play in the 3rd quarter. Trojans up 13-0.
1st and 10 at the Iola 29-yard line.
2 wide receivers on the near side. The slot is Curran. Thomason, who's been the game saver on this drive, is the wide out to the near side. Siebert, straight drop on 1st and 10. Lets it fly. Wants Curran. Green's got it. Caught at the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. A 30-yard pitch and catch to Creed Curran.
Boy, he stopped after he caught that ball, just posterized him. They kept going. It just made himself wide open. He just walks it in.
Kyler Siebert to Creed Curran on a 30-yard touchdown pitch and catch with a minute 19 to play in this 3rd quarter. They'll come on and probably go for 2 to make it a more traditional score here. Right now it's 19 to nothing. They'll line up to go for 2. Siebert in at quarterback. McFarland to his left. And a penalty flag. Delay a game, perhaps? No, illegal procedure again. False start on the Trojans. Trojans got some big plays on that drive. That only went 6 plays and 70 yards.
Well, that
and nearly took up almost 3 minutes. What?
I think that might have been Thompson wasn't quite set when he
from the 7-yard line.
6 plays, 70 yards, capped off on a 30-yard touchdown, a pitching catch from Kyler Siebert to Creed Curran. And it took 2 minutes and 54 seconds off the clock. Here's Siebert again, this one from 7. Throw it, and that ball got knocked out of the air. Somebody was coming back and got driven back into Kyler Siebert. So that's Iola State, 19-0. Trojans lead it. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving GIrard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the GIrard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan football.
Trojans have missed a couple of point after attempts on their last 2 touchdowns, but I think they'll take it. As right now they lead at 19-0 here over the Iola Mustangs. That last one, a 6-play, 70-yard drive capped off on a 30-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Kyler Siebert to Creed Curran. Took 2:56 off the clock, and we're approaching the 1-minute mark, minute 19 to play as Wade Boatman will come to kick this ball away. Hard kick, end over end. It's going to be fielded by Vink. He'll go far side. Trojans trying to bottom him up. Now he bubbles back, and Thomason all over him. Hey, Thomason, Josiah had a good ball game offensively. He'll take it to the special teams as well. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 10-yard line, but that went backwards, about a negative 10-yard return by Vink, and Trojans will have him pinned deep. Had a pretty good play on special teams there by Thomason. Own at 10. Here's they'll start with a minute 07 to play in this third quarter. Trojans up 19-0. Significant because that's a three-score lead they have over them right now.
And these guys have been playing a lot of defense tonight. You know, they probably start feeling a little bit of fatigue, but still playing hard.
Chandler Hummel giving chase on that one. Nice play, well executed there. A gain of 5.
That's a kid been a lot of fun to watch all season long. Is Hummel out there?
He's been a part of probably some game plans as well for teams. Gain of 5, maybe just 4. Creed Curran, Kyler Siebert coming in to make that play as well for the Trojans. Could be the final play of the third quarter. 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs from their own 15, maybe 14-yard line. Marker under center. Sitzaveras in motion. There's all over him. Another play. Carter Doherty coming down from that tackle spot this time. And no gain, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Ended up giving him 2 and bring up a 3rd down and 4. See if they get one more play off here before the end of the quarter. 22-1.
Nope.
And nope, that's the end of the third quarter. Trojans lead at 19-0. Final quarter coming of the regular season for one of these teams. Trojans in the driver's seat on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans.
GIrard Sports Live.
Well, we start the fourth quarter less than disciplined by both these teams, and they did run a play. I thought it was everybody jumped off sides. That was strange because they put a guy in motion, stopped him, and Trojans got a stop there coming out of the third quarter, and now they'll look to punt it, and they'll get one off. This one's a beauty. We'll see when it decides to go out of bounds. That maybe not as good as I thought it was. It looked nice coming off his foot.
Not quite as wobbly duck as we'd been seeing.
So it ended up punting it away, and boy, they gave him
a good spot.
Pretty positive spot for Iola. Trojans will have it. Still really good field position. They'll have it inside Iola territory at their 41-yard line here with 11:42 to play in the ball game, up 19-0 here over Iola in this Class 4A Division II District 3 kind of second place ball game. And they take two teams of districts. Trojans get a win. They'll go to Frontenac next Friday night. You'll be able to watch it right here on GIrard Sports Live. Just need to finish out this ball game on a positive note. Two wide receivers on the near side. Siebert, option, near side, kicks it. McFarland got the edge, the 40, lowers his shoulder at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on first down and 10. And it'll bring him a second down and 4 for the Trojans. This is a play sack for what it's worth. I take a shot. Second down and 4. Inside the 35-yard line. Up by 3 scores. Chance to put a nail in the coffin. And the conversation the quarterback and coach are having definitely leads me to believe that's a possibility here. Shotgun here for Siebert. He goes and hands it off to Curran. That's one of those
Didn't
things,
get your
too.
call played, your call in fast enough.
Just
there.
so you know, the broadcaster's code is when you get it wrong, you don't say anything.
Oh, got
But
it.
when you get it right, you're like, see? I told you.
So kind of like that second down pass over here on the other side of the field earlier. You really didn't mention much about it.
No,
that
you
time.
don't. You don't.
Gloss it over a little.
And it's usually better if your partner doesn't mention it either.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
so you know. You're learning. It's okay. It's a gain of 1. Bring him a third down and 3 here for GIrard. Trying to move the chains, keep this clock moving along, and maybe put one in the end zone. Shotgun again for Siebert. Straight drop. Lets it fly. Got by Weirasnick. Got to turn it upfield. Get that first down, young man. He does. Across the 30. Up near the 29-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 on a 3rd and 3. Maybe a 3rd and 4. He moves it across the chains and keeps the drive alive. Trojans, like you said, Zach, the passing game at times has been anemic. Here for the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty good, and it's been really good on third down here lately. It's been able to keep the Trojans and bail them out in certain situations.
Yeah, especially that play over at Anderson County. But, they've really come through it for them in a pinch when they needed it.
Trojans converted on 3rd and long to Creed Curran to keep a drive alive that ended up in 1 touchdown, and then a 14-yard completion to Gage Shirtano got him a touchdown to win that ballgame. Good tackle inside. And a big play there by that young man making the play. 44, Devin Ryder. One of those sophomores for the Mustangs. It's no gain to bring him a second down and 10 for GIrard. 10-0-2 and counting in this ballgame. GIrard leads it 19-0. Cool temperatures starting to creep into the press box here. It's cool outside. And everybody who's here check the weather except for BJ is in short sleeves and his shorts.
I don't know. All I heard was people talking about possibility of snow in the next couple of days, and I wasn't going to take any chances.
Terrible. Here's a nice run by Cam McFarland up across the 25, up near the 20-yard line, maybe brought down to the 22 on second down and 10. It's a gain of about 8. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 and a big run there by Cam to keep this drive alive.
9-yard hard spot gain for the Trojans by Cameron McFarland. 3rd down and a long one. Ball marked at the Iola.
I'm not really looking forward to snow. I am looking forward to quit mowing grass. I know that.
Yeah. But, in place of that, you'll get all those leaves coming in from everywhere.
Course. Yeah, 3rd down and 2 here for the Trojans. See if they can keep this drive alive again. It started 11:42 to play in the ball game. Now approaching the 9-minute mark.
I say here's where you take your shot.
On 3rd and 2, get the first down and move the chains up across the 20. They do get it, move it. Nice hard run by Cam. A gain of needed 2, he got 3, and he moves the chains. 6-play drive so far, the 7th play of this drive forthcoming. And this has been an incredibly efficient ball game here by both teams, really running the ball and running some time off the clock. And that moves the chains. It keeps things moving. This one needs to end in some points and give you an opportunity to relax a little down the stretch of this ball game. And as we get that in there, we can turn our attention perhaps to Frontenac. Timeout going to be taken on the field. I think the play clock is winding down. Timeout, we'll take it. Trojans up 19-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
GIrard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's GIrard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of GIrard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's GIrard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan football.
19-0 your score. It's a quick ball game. Is just a little bit of good living karma from BJ's life, where he was cooped up in a press box in Emporia, Kansas, for a 7-hour lightning delay last Saturday. That still did not finish the game, and the Gorillas had to come back on Sunday and play it.
That's something else there.
It was
ridiculous. You ever done one of those?
Absolutely not. And there's a nice run up the middle by Kyler Siebert to make a gain of about 4 on the play. There were some old-timers up in the press box, and namely the old-timer Eddie Lomshek, who and also SID there from Emporia, had been around, done it for 30 years, and they'd never seen anything like it. And every time you thought it was going to move out, it sat there on top of us and lightning, and it was shenanigans, to say the least. Trojans pick up 4 on a run by Cam. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Go back to that senior on senior night. Cuts back against the grain and inside the 10. It's going to be close to a first down, and I think it's going to be enough for a first down. And that'll be a 1st and goal for the Trojans.
You know, that's a bunch of firsts. We saw somebody kicking it from the 30, or was it maybe 25 or the 30? We saw a game played in half of a field of lights.
Yeah, we saw that one. That was
a first. A heck of a good year.
You have been a part of
I get my first out of the way.
Weird stuff. All of us broadcasters have been doing it for a while. And I've been doing it for 15, 16 years. Some of those guys have been doing it for 40 or 50 years. And they, I bet they got some stories to tell. 1st and goal for the Trojans from the 9. Maybe the 8. McFarland backing his way in. Still on his feet. Driving forward. He goes into the end zone. Cam just had the will to win that time. He goes from 8 yards out. And it's an 8-yard touchdown run by Cam McFarland, his first of the ball game. And the Trojans have added to their lead now. 25-0 is their score.
So I got to say, BJ, right there, you look at that drive chart. It was Camden. Can you say they wanted to get that kid a touchdown?
Yeah.
Give him an opportunity to get himself in the end zone on senior
Give
night.
the boy the rock, and he paid him off. Now I'd like to kick one through the uprights here on the point after attempt. He's got one good. He's missed 2. The one was a fire call and didn't get a chance to kick it. Snaps down, holds up, kick is up. Boots into it, up and no good. Missed it just a little wide to the right. And that's how it will end that drive. 7:47 to play in the ballgame. Trojans lead it 25-0. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of GIrard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans.
GIrard Sports Sports Live.
9-play, 41-yard drive. Took 3 minutes and 55 seconds off the clock. Capped off on a 8-yard touchdown run by Cam McFarland. The point after attempt was no good. Makes the score 26-0 here with the Trojans leading. Short kick, but fielded and going to give him pretty good field position up near the 45-yard line, trying to get that guy down. A good return there by number 21 for them, Dan Faust.
He kicked the line driver right into his chest.
So that's where the Mustangs will start at their own 45-yard line. They're going to get it to 44.
Got a score update for you, BJ.
Colgan and Uniontown 38-8. Colgan all over Uniontown in that ball game.
Into the third quarter.
Colgan, they'll have them opportunity to play pretty deep in, I think, the 2A playoffs. Toss sweep, far side to Vink. Giving down Chase, good block on the edge. He's down the sidelines. He needs to get it. I don't think they've given him the ball enough today. Obviously, Batters has been a pretty good runner for them in this ball game. But Vink really did hurt the Trojans last year. And one of the Mustangs is injured back here to the right side. Injured player was 44, Devin Ryder. I'm not sure what injury that was as far as the body. Maybe that left shoulder, actually. He's already got knocked a little loopy.
He's a little wobbly looking.
Gracious. I've looked like that before, but walking out of a watering hole from time to time, maybe. That guy maybe needs a little attention. He'll get it by the coaching staff. 7:30 to play. On that one, a big pickup there on the carry by Vink. And again, they just haven't given him the ball very much tonight. He's a senior and probably playing in his final ball game. 7:30 to play in the ball game. Trojans lead 25-0. Hand off up the middle. This is Batters. Big run. Another good gain, about 4 yards on first down and 10. He's got to be getting up there as far as yardage is for Batters. He had 55 yards at halftime. He's had pretty decent second half as well.
He's 18 attempts and 80 yards.
Live stats. Look how far you've come.
Look at that.
Well
Couldn't even read my chicken scratch the first few games.
This is impressive. This
computer's
now.
making this easy.
They do get another injured time. This time it's Batters out of the ball game. He gets limped to the sideline. That's going to be a big loss for them because he has been their carrier in this ball game. Clock will wind at 7:11. Here to go in this ball game, 25-0 your score. Second down and 6. Trojans trying to pitch a shutout. Some youngsters have worked their way in the ball game. A few guys getting some playing time here. Pass up and intended for a big tall fella.
Holloway.
He's probably 6'5", I would say. And he is a little too high. That pit ball was thrown about 6'8". Incomplete. Clock stopped. 6:55 to play in the ball game. Pick up a 3rd down and 6 here for the Mustangs.
Coverage on the play for GIrard was by number 3, Nervy McReynolds. 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs.
3rd down and 6 for Iola. Send Vink in motion. Off the right side. Cuts back against the grain. Looking to try to get a first down. And quick whistles. I'm going to say he was down just beyond the 30-yard line. It's going to be shy of a first down. Bring up a 4th down and maybe a yard, a long yard.
4th and 2
and
for Iola from the Trojans.
Going to bring up a 4th down and 2. See if the Trojan D can hold again. 6.5 to go. In this ball game up 25-0. Got some seniors are getting some playing time here late in this ball game. One of them is out there on this near side. James Finley, 6 foot, 200-pound senior. Send a man in motion. That's Whitney. Turn, handoff, first down. Batters is back in the ball game. Dude got carried off the field 2 plays ago. And he's got a 5-yard run.
It's been a cramp.
Off the left side, perhaps, and moves the chains. James Finley makes the play on that tackle.
Also, number 2,
Another senior's going to come in as Will Rasnick.
First and 10, Iola.
James
Ball
comes
is
off kind
marked at the Trojan
favoring his right arm.
line.
Trojan seniors playing here from what could be their final game at Frank Jameson Field. Cam McFarland, Kyler Siebert, Chase Couch, Austin No, Josiah Thomason has a big ball game today. Action coming and giving pressure was Chandler Humble. Nearly, though, threw it. That was a good ball down the field with Humble in his face, but it goes incomplete. It was intended for Whitney down the field. And it'll bring up a second down and 10. Mentioned Josiah Thomason. Matt Saban playing here. Will Rasnick, another senior on senior night. James Finley just got into the ball game. Cody Leonard started at center tonight. And so those guys will be sorely missed. A lot of youngsters, a lot of playing time those guys have gotten as well here the last couple of years. 7th play of this drive, second down and 10. Fake that toss sweep, hand off inside to Vink. He's got a little running room picking his way. I also don't think they've ran that play enough tonight. If I'm Iola, he's going to go back and watch this film and regret not calling that as so much because it's been open when they've ran it. That time it picks up 8 yards on second down and 10. It'll pick up a third down and 2 for the Mustangs. 5:19 to play.
Another long drive.
5:19 to play in this ball game. Actually down to 5:10 now as they wind that clock. Third down and 2. 25-0 your score. Trojans have taken control. Now timeout going to be taken by the Mustangs. I think they were running out of time on the play clock. Timeout on the field. We'll take it. 25-0 your score. Trojans lead it. Looking to try to punch themselves into the district, into playoffs. 5:04 to play. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
GIrard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, GIrard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. GIrard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GIrard National Bank is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
GIrard Sports Live.
From the Trojans.
Third down and 1 for the Mustangs from the Trojan 16-yard line. Under center goes the quarterback Barker. He'll turn, hand off. Vinky's met at the line. It's going to be a short. What a play by Kyler Siebert coming in there and making a heck of a form tackle. Helped out to clean things up for the Trojans by Joseph Dixon as well. But Kyler all over that. It's a loss of 1 on the play to bring up a fourth down.
Loss on the play, 4th down and 2.
4th and 2 for the Mustangs. 4:44 to play in the ball game.
4th down.
Trojans lead it 25-0.
Yeah. Thompson's had some pretty critical plays, but you talk about player of the game. You got to throw Siebert in there too.
Absolutely. Good runs, nice crisp passes, touchdown pass at 30 yards.
Fierce
Option
defense.
turn, quarterback's bottled up. Cam McFarland sacked in the backfield on 4th down and 2. The Trojans get a turnover on downs again, and will hopefully conceal this shutout here with 4:20 to play in this ball game. What a play by Cam. Chase Bryant coming in to help out and close it out as well. And so the Trojans will have it at the 22, at their own 22-yard line here with 4:20 to play in this fourth quarter, up 25-0. Trojans will make the playoffs once again. And they did have 3 straight district titles. That is not going to be the case, but that's okay. They will get to extend their season. There's a good run up off the left side for Cam McFarland, a gain of 4 on the play. And Trojans
behind that Trojan O-line, 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Ball's marked at the Trojan 26-yard line.
will keep the clock ticking. Under 4 minutes to play now. Trojans have made the playoffs each of the last 3 years as district champions. They got a regional championship last year, of course, that big upset win over Columbus. Last time they did not make the playoffs was in 2013, I believe. There's a nice run by Cam. He's still on his feet across the 35. That's a gain of 10 on the play by Cam McFarland. And yeah, the last time the Trojans did not make the playoffs was back in 2013. And so they will make the playoffs for the 4th straight season with this win here tonight. And go over to Frontenac. And I tell you what, Zach, we called that game. That was our first game on the air here with GIrard Sports Live. And we had our own issues that night, but the Trojans had an opportunity to go into halftime only down by a touchdown. And just some things kind of fell apart on them late in that ball game. They came out in halftime and really felt pretty good about themselves, I think, in that game. And unable to close the deal, and I just felt, and then we had the lights go out. It was a squirrely game, but I think the Trojans match up to the Frontenac Raiders as well as any of the teams they've lost to this season.
Yeah. I tend to agree with that. I think that, of course, Frontenac's going to be feeling pretty good after that big upset victory.
Absolutely. It was a 33-6 loss the Trojans had in week 1. 2 different teams. I mean, completely different teams. Now, you're right. Frontenac's has clearly improved.
Right.
Frontenac is not does not have a great record on the season, but they have that big win, no doubt.
And like we say, it's starting all over once you're in the playoffs. Once you get to those district games.
Quarterback keeper by Austin. No, 2:16 and counting to go in this 4th quarter. Trojans just trying to wind this clock out and get out of here with a victory here on senior night. Go to 2-1 in district competition. And the Raiders right now 5-3. They'll likely be 6-3 going into district play as they'll be playing at Baxter Springs tomorrow night. And good part about the Trojans playing tonight, Coach will get to go watch Frontenac play. Coach is going to run the time down and get this thing under right at 1:45 as he'll take a timeout. We will take it along with him. Trojans going to win tonight on senior night. They lead it right now 25-0 late in the 4th. We're back in 30 seconds.
This is Trojan football.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Trojan football.
1:45 to play in the ball game. Trojans leading here 25-0. Frontenac losses this year. It's pretty good teams. Lost to Galena 21-28 in week 2. Lost to Colgan, probably the biggest one there that kind of tells you they're beatable. GIrard's best losses, or the best losses, which is kind of an oxymoron, but were to Colgan and Frontenac. I thought they played well against Colgan, and quite frankly, I think when the season kind of started to turn around for the Trojans.
Yeah.
And I thought they played pretty well against Frontenac. Well, Colgan beat Frontenac 20-0. And for whatever reason, the Mustangs are going to take a timeout here as the Trojans end up getting nothing, bring up a 4th down and long, 4th down and 12. And so Iola takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Talking to some of the players, they definitely feel like they can beat Frontenac. They felt good about the way that first game went, even though it didn't end up their way. They felt really good about the way that Colgan game went. So, I think that they're going to go into that game feeling like, not just going in there kind of thinking, we don't have a shot or something like that.
Well, that's good. Here's a look at the Week 9 schedule. A lot of these games are played tomorrow. Some of them are being played tonight, mostly in that 3A District 8 and 3A District 7. Those games are underway tonight. I think some of them are tomorrow. 3A plays on Tuesday in their first round playoff games, and so they got to do that. But this is one of the only 4A Division II games being played tonight. Trojans are going to punt it away. I think this is their first punt, the second punt of the ball game, I believe. And Caden Lallman going to punt this ball away, nearly gets blocked. That one was close. Going to go down, take another Trojan roll. That's one thing Caden does. He gets really good rolls all the way down inside the 40-yard line. And Iola will take this ball over with 90 seconds to play in this season for them. at their own 40-yard line. I've been in the situation. It was fortunate for me later on in the year, but when you know the game's over and you know your season's over, and you got to come back out there and keep playing, it is a daunting task for anybody who's uber competitive.
Well, those seniors out there, their football career's over in most cases.
For the most part, very few go on to play at the college level. Rolling outside his batters, lets it fly. He's got his big fella, Holloway, and Trojan's going to stop him, though, still for a short gain. Maybe a gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 here for the Mustangs. They'll hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Under center goes Barker, rolling out, lets it fly. He's got his big guy again, Holloway, and he's going to be brought down for no gain. I think this is probably Holloway, opportunity to get him the football. Again, Holloway, one of those seniors who's out there. And they knocked him out of, he was not out of bounds. He was in bounds by a mile. And they go ahead and say he was knocked out of bounds.
The indication is illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution against the Trojans on defense. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, explain that one to me, okay? I'm not. Now, baseball, I get it. How do we do an illegal substitution on defense?
I don't know. They've changed some stuff because of some of the high-flying offenses. Defense demanded that if they're going to run guys running off the field on offense, then defense has an opportunity, needs to have an opportunity to substitute as well. Well, it goes both ways. So if the defense springs in, can't break the huddle with 12 guys is one of the deals. And so I'm guessing that's what happened there. I didn't see it, to be honest with you, how that went down, but it gave the Mustangs a 1st down. Here's Barker, bottled up, brought down. Trojans going to make a nice play there with 47 seconds to play in this game. And Matt Saban has had himself a ball game. Carter Doherty's had a good game. Those 2 guys are going to end it with a little bit of an exclamation point here. I just want it to be over before 9 o'clock so we can say this game was less than 2 hours long. Here's a toss sweep to Barker outside for Vink. Vink trying to catch the corner. Hard facial to back Josiah Thomason. And Vink, that wasn't very polite.
No, Thomason, he took a stiff onto the face and put him on the back.
Face. A gain of 2. Still a good play by Thomason.
Yeah.
Get him and escort him out of bounds. They'll wind the clock here. 26 seconds to play in this ball game. Trojans going to win it here. Keep this season alive for them. Here's Barker, straight drop, lets it fly. He's got his man, and Thomason was coming, breaking on that one. The intended receiver lost his footing a little bit, and that was Ethan Tavares. Trojans will move to 4-5 on the year. They'll move to 2-1 in district play and be the runner-up. Again, going to Frontenac next Friday. We'll have that game for you as we have all games here for the Trojans on GIrard Sports Live. And we'll have it there live from Frontenac. Pre-game coverage will start at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. 4th down and 8 here for the Mustangs. Rolling, Parker, pressure, Saban. Can't get him down, and help comes. Joseph Dixon finally brings him down, but Saban's the one that caused that, and a turnover on downs with 16 seconds to play. And that'll be another turnover on downs. The Trojans have had a couple of those after some long drives. And the Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Hey, you gotta love what the defense did tonight, BJ. I mean, longest play they give up on the ground had to have been less than.
Kyler Siebert's going to come out there and take a knee, and no doubt our player of the game brought to you by Mini Stop. Before or after the game, be sure to swing by Mini Stop, locally owned family store since 1980. Mini Stop has a great selection of drinks, snacks, and more. Mini Stop, fueling Trojans for nearly 40 years, located on the northwest corner of the four-way stop in GIrard. I think that's unanimous from us. Kyler Siebert, what a ball game that young man played. And he will lead his team to victory here on a senior night as the Trojans win it 25-0 here over the Iola Mustangs. We'll talk about it next as we get ready to kick off the Evans Motors postgame show. Brought to you by Evans Motors. They've been helping get people on the road since 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh. See Nate or Eddie for a test drive and let them find you the vehicle that is right for you. Or check out their online showroom at evansmotors.net. The Evans Motors postgame show is next, right here on your home for Trojan Athletics, GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
First National Bank of GIrard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of GIrard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of GIrard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of GIrard, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving GIrard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the GIrard Trojans.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan football.
Trojans, there it is, 25-0. As they'll be the district runner-up, but they're going to get to go and play in the playoffs coming up next week against Frontenac. Our coverage will start at 6:30 in that ball game. Kickoff coverage will start at 7 o'clock as the Trojans will advance to the playoffs with this win here, 25-0 over the Iola Mustangs. Let's take a we'll run down through this ball game, how we got to where we are here in this one. It has been a good one. It was a quick one. Iola would take the ball on the opening kickoff. They go 7 plays, eventually have to punt it away. Trojans will get it back. They'd punt. Iola punt. Trojan punt. There's the first quarter in the books for the most part. Trojans would get it back to Iola. Iola would have it at their own 24-yard line with 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. They would go 3 plays and punt it. And on that punt, it was partially blocked by Carter Doherty. And that was 11:22 mark of the second quarter. Trojans will take over the Iola 30. They go 1 play, a 30-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert on what was a bobbled snap and hit the ground at one point. He picked it up and took off. 11:09 to play in the first half. Trojans led it 7-0 after the point after attempt was good. Iola will get the ball back, though, at their own 9-yard line with 11:02 to play in the first half. They would go 18 plays, 76 yards, and eventually, though, pick up 6 first downs on that drive. They take 9 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock and turn it over on downs. Trojans will get it back late in the first quarter, or first half, and eventually run the time off the clock as they started throwing 25-yard line. We go to halftime, 7-0 is your score. Trojans won the toss, so they elected to defer, and they got it to come out of the locker room at their own 32-yard line. With 11:54, they take it down the field. 8 plays, 64 yards. Capped off in a 5-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert again. Took 3:45 off the clock, and point after attempt was no good, made it 13-0. Iola gets it back. They go 8 plays again, but again, end up having to punt it away. Trojans get it at their own 30-yard line. This time they go 6 plays, 70 yards, take 2:56 off the clock, and cap it off on a beautiful pitch and catch from Kyler Siebert to Creed Curran for 30 yards. And with 1:19 to play in the third quarter, the Trojans led it 19-0. Force another punt. The Trojan defense was big all night long. Give it back to the Trojans as they'll take over at the Iola 41-yard line with 11:42 to play in the ball game. They go 9 plays, 41 yards, take 3:55 off the clock, and cap it off on an 8-yard touchdown run by Camden McFarland. I think he had six or seven of those 9 plays on that drive. The point after attempt was no good, made it 25-0. Trojans get another turnover on downs with Iola taking a bunch of time off the clock again, 8 plays, but can't get it to go. Trojan defense holds. Trojans didn't have to punt. Iola again, a long drive, but turn it over on downs, and the Trojans run this clock out that was under 2 hours of game time, or real time here tonight. So it was a quick-moving contest. The Trojans got the win, 25-0. We're going to sit down and talk to the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, when we return here on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-Power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure Checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans! Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090. Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Trojan football.
Always good to see families and friends come out there and join you and say, hey, good job. Pat you on the back. And ought to feel good right now for the Trojans as they get a win here tonight, 25-0 over the Iola Mustangs, and advance into the Class 4A Division II playoffs as the #2 team out of this district. They'll be on the road to play Frontenac. But a good win here as we welcome in the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. Coach's post-game interviews, as always, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. They've been serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust. Proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Coach, congratulations on a good win. A really solid performance, I think, all around from you guys. Offensively, struggled at times in that first half, but able to get on the board. Didn't have the ball. Just didn't have the football a lot of times, but your defense tonight, phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, offense like theirs, they thrive in ball control and short, just long drives with short gains and first downs and rack them up. And when that happens, you don't get to touch it very much, and that's hard to get in a groove and a sync and really see what they're doing. And we got our first possession down on the half-yard line, so you kind of off script. You kind of just trying to get some air and get out of there, and if nothing else, get a good punt to send it back the other way and try to fight it again. But offensively, we took us a little time to get some traction. They were doing some things differently than what we had expected, and we were able to go in at halftime and kind of tweak a few things, talk about some things, and our guys handled that well and came out the second half and was able to put some drives together and kind of give them the taste of their own medicine, where we were able to establish some drives and keep the ball away from them a little bit.
Well, your quarterback tonight, Kyler Siebert, I thought he had a phenomenal ball game. He was our player of the game, and both offensively and defensively. You'll go back and watch this film. He probably led you in tackles tonight from his spot defensively, but I thought offensively was really made a difference. Running your offense and big passes on third downs looked good, and obviously that 30-yarder to Creed Curran was a beauty.
Yeah. there's a couple plays in there he called. He looked at me and saw something that we were doing, and he said, "Hey, let's do this." And I was like, "You got it." And that's big at this point in time, and we've come a long way since 9 weeks where we started. And so he did. He did a good job operating, and it was a little bit different than the game plan called for, but we were able to adjust to it. We kind of got run heavy on first and second down, and were able to convert some big third down pass plays there, and we threw the ball pretty well. We caught the ball pretty well. I don't know what our stats were exactly, but overall it felt like we were pretty efficient with when we did it, what we did. So that's good, and that's going to help us going in forward.
Yeah, it's kind of unique, though. You'll be playing the team that you played in week 1 in districts. Tell us, you mentioned you started to allude to a little bit, certainly with your quarterback, Kyler. How are you different? What are the things you were different from week 1 to week 10 now?
Well, it's that. The guys understand what we're doing and having a lot better understanding of what we're doing when we're doing it. We can talk about things, we can communicate things that we maybe not have rep that we can practice, but maybe we did 4 weeks ago, and we can come back and adjust to some things. And going into it week 1, it wasn't that. The little things and really kind of at times cost us in that game. I thought that kept us from extending drives and doing some things. So we're a better team now. I'm sure Frontenac probably feels the same way. So it's been come full circle here, and we're excited to get in here and get in the playoffs and play a little free football, as they would say in the baseball terms. But we're going to try to extend this thing as much. We talked pregame about, hey, this if we don't take care of business, it'll be the last time this team right here is together, and we want to keep playing together. So our guys came out and played really well on defense, and offense kind of were persistent and kind of struggled through it, and then found some traction, and that's what it's going to take. And next week we're excited. We're going to have to obviously play well and get prepared, but our kids are excited for it. So hopefully we can do that and go. We'll be playing on their exact same place we started the season.
Hopefully all the lights will work the entire ball game. That'll be, I think, one of the keys to the game for us. But your message there to your team, I was just watching body language. I got to believe preparation for next week started right there. What was the message?
Yeah, I think they understand it. They're excited to go. We felt we wanted to kind of, at this point in time, we would be a better team, and I think all of our guys kind of feel that way. And I don't think it's going to take much to get excited to go play Frontenac right now. So, we just got to go and prepare and pay attention to detail and this week and really play at a high speed and play at a high level. They're a good team, and but right now it's you get in and you see what happens, and it's that's the biggest thing. So we're in. Let's go find out what happens.
All right, Coach. Well, great win here tonight, and congratulations, and go take on the Raiders. We appreciate your time as always, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Head football coach of the GIrard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Evans Motors postgame show. We're going to take one final timeout, wrap things up here from Frank Jameson Field. The Trojans win it here tonight, 25-0 over the Iola Mustangs. We're back in 2 minutes. You're watching Trojan football on GIrard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud GIrard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of GIrard High School student-athletes.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the GIrard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com.
Croc-In Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here one final time as the GIrard Trojans win it here. Final score, 25-0 The Trojans win it over the Iola Mustangs. Again, advance to the Class 4 Division II playoffs. Here they'll take on the Frontenac Raiders, the vaunted Frontenac Raiders, next week to hopefully get a chance to keep playing football, try to avenge a loss in Week 1 and Week 10, and we will see if they can do that. We've already named our player of the game. Time to do our final stats, brought to you by Westridge Assisted Living, allowing seniors to remain active and enjoy their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy and Gerard to learn more about what Westridge Assisted Living has to offer your loved ones. Zach?
All right, you heard it, you saw it, you heard it from Coach. There wasn't a lot of flash and dash in the Trojans' offense. They do what they do, and they did it well tonight. Racked up 190 rushing yards and tacked on another 82 receiving yards, put up 4 touchdowns on the board. So the stat line player of the game, Kyler Siebert, had 9 rushes for 63 yards, had him a couple of touchdowns. Camden McFarland, 20 carries. He put 86 yards together and a touchdown. Some nice receiving effort with Josiah Thomason, had a couple of good catches, 35 yards. Curran had a long touchdown catch of 30 yards. He also had 5 carries for 40 yards. So a nice distributed stat line for the Trojans. On the other side on the Mustangs side, we had Isaac Batters. He had 19 rushes for 84 yards with another catch for 3 yards. Number 6, Kason Barker with 6 carries, 7 yards for his efforts. And then Isaac Vink, who's the other main ball carrier over there on that side, had 12 attempts for 36 yards. Of course, nobody got any touchdowns. Trojan defense pitches a shutout tonight.
Yeah, great effort by Gerard's defense. They're going to need an equal, actually more than effort next week against what is a slightly better Frontenac team than what they did see here tonight. That's going to do it for us here tonight in Girard. The Trojans are going to move on to the playoffs. You're going to get to watch it right here on Girard Sports Live. Again, our pregame coverage will start at 6:30. Kickoff is set from 7 o'clock from Frontenac as the Trojans battle the Raiders right here on your home for Girard Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live. For my partner, Zach Adams, for our cameraman, Brandon Merriman, I'm BJ Harris saying so long from Frank Jameson Field. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football on your new home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Croc-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, Girard National Bank, G&W Foods Family Super, Hydrix TV and Appliance, Canar Eye Care, Lehman Realty, Larrett's Ceramics, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Mini Stop, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living. Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.